Hello, beautiful people. We are live. We are live. We are back at it again. This is the Wrestling for Life Network. We are back for another Monday Night Raw, an early Monday Night Raw. So make sure you strap on and strap in. Be a friend, tell a friend, and let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, the Wrestling for Life Network proudly brings you its tag stream champions of the world. The British mother from a different mother, brother from a different mother. That's everybody's second favorite box, geek box out there. I am Big Nick. I'm second fiddle out here. You, the guest. How are you doing, sir?
Yeah, I'm good, thanks, man. I'm ready for another round of a British invasion here on the channel.
Yeah, it's Return of the Knicks out here. It's a Nick sandwich out here. We're getting early Monday Night Raw already kicked off. If we were going to try and sync up, we will say hi to the chat and everything. But I've already got Austin Theory, Maxine Dupree backstage, all of this. So we've already got the Vision backstage. But yeah, how are you? Been a minute, my guy. Been a minute. You've been over there in the UK scene. Well, how is it feeling with All In coming in your way?
Yeah, it's again, it's a really weird one because it feels like you get so much more coverage of All In online, etc. But then, unless it's like in London itself, you wouldn't know it's happening. It's one of those. Especially, the only wrestling advertising I've seen around here in the last few weeks was a leftover poster from SummerSlam that they were showing it down the pub.
Oh wow!
It's that thing of I don't know why it is that AEW puts out these like big shows in England, but seems to absolutely fail to advertise it whatsoever in our country. Like you don't see TV adverts, you don't see posters, like none of it.
But they'll brag, but everybody will tweet out and be proud about well, there was a billboard at SummerSlam for All In on one highway. If you turn that way and looked at the just right, yeah,
exactly. It's like if I hear anything about All In, it's basically not from anybody over here. It's all Americans I hear it from.
Oh, fair enough, fair enough. But I don't know if everybody's mostly American. I think we got a diverse group out here, but we will say hi to the people up there. I think real quick, top 3 from last night: Spaz, Michael, Ronan. Again, the more you chat, the more you super chat, super sticker, the jewels, everything like that. All the fun little adjectives and additives and everything. Get you more points out there, get you the top of the pops. But yeah. Zach National, Waffle Day, KJ and Big Nick. Well, KJ looks different a little bit out here for everybody that doesn't know. KJ's out there taking ayahuasca and the Appalachians out here. But yeah.
You've upgraded to the point of the reintroduced a bit of the old British blood back into KJ from the Canadian lines.
Back to his roots, Had to get, well, again, we've got the All In week like we were talking about there. So, of course, got to get, the UK actual influence out here.
Yeah. We've gone back 1816 on this again.
Yeah, about that time, chaps. Mr. Stormy on this date, 1999. Creed released Higher. Can you take me higher?
I always say as well, anyone that says about the fact they love Creed but they didn't watch wrestling and they're in their 30s, I immediately go to their lying.
That's right. Yeah, there are in every video package, and that's why you know them and that's why you love them. As LA Knight coming out here, yeah.
Got to freaking. Well, I've got something that resembles LA Knight. Apparently, Netflix right now does not want to actually give me anything beyond Windows 98 graphics.
Oh, so you're pixelated.
Yeah, it's been like I don't know. It's been with Raw and SmackDown lately. It's been like you get like 5 minutes at a time about Netflix, where it's like really bad quality, and then they sort it out. I thought it was just like, have I missed something on my internet connection? When I looked it up,
you just thought that was the normal. This is the standard. This is how everybody else gets it.
Yeah.
What do you mean it's in high def?
It's had a saving money. They're just not uploading it on the full bandwidth.
Right, but Eric, what up? Kevin, what up? Damien, I see you. Dennis Hodge, again, trying to click through all the names, but Raw starting off early, and we're starting off right with Raw. So trying to get through as many, but Sean Reed, what up? I see you. Jason, Jose, Ronan, what up? What up? Ken, Bradley, Clay, Mr. Stormy again. Hey, Big Mama Box out there. Cool. That's probably in the other room.
Yes. She's finished delivering me my good old cup of tea to keep us going. So
fair enough. Well, and now I can ask you officially to your face and everything, because I did call her Big Mama Box on stream and everything, and did get it okayed by her. But I guess I should also get it okayed by you, and publicly putting you on the spot. Do you approve of the nickname, or should it retire? Should it cease to be?
Oh no, she's my Mama Box.
There you go.
I said she was she was Mrs. Geekbox and Mrs. Box for a long time, and then obviously became the Cozy Ghoul with her own content started coming out.
There you go. There you go. Shout out.
I think it's environmental based which name she ends up having.
There you go. But 100% plug in the chat. Plug in the chat. Like, share, and subscribe. Be a friend. Tell a friend out there. 100%.
So get your points in there. That's how we win. You get the top three by tracking the top three.
Right. Roll Tide, Nair.
KJ's having a well-earned holiday.
What's up?
I think KJ's having a well-earned holiday for us all to come up with a question.
Yeah. Spaz with a $10 super chat. Here, you can read this one as LA's cutting a promo.
Paul's voice celebrate 2,000. Oh, what on, man. 2,000 up there. We got dipped down. We got back again. And it's to get back, not the setbacks. Damn right. I hope everyone's good today. And hey. And hey,
yeah, I think this is the first crossing of the paths out there between you and Spaz out there. This is worlds colliding a little bit.
Yeah, I see. So I get a lot more Spaz's content than I think you realize, Spaz. A lot of time, because of the time it comes on, it's more I put the video on my phone, put it above my head, and I'm listening to it as I go to sleep. So I'm not replying because I'm listening to it as I go off to get up in the morning.
There you go. See, we're one just big happy WFU family out there. So again, be a friend, tell a friend.
Right.
But yeah, LA out here. What up? What up? Geekbox. Hey, you are the solo of KJ and Nick. Yeah, he's the pew 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 pew. Yeah. Pew. Everybody all right back there?
Yeah. Everybody get hit.
Right.
I will say I'm sorry to mate, because I feel like LA Knight's cutting the same promos cut for the last 2 months at second. But
well, TJ, what up? How do you feel? Like, when are they going to do LA Knight versus Roman? When is that? Are they going to do that at a Sunday night's main event? Is that going to go all the way till Money in the Bank?
I don't know. I feel like it's going to turn into one of those random main events on a Raw.
On a Raw, they're going to do it like KO,
like a setup to a bigger match where whatever happens in that match will be the catalyst for the actual match that we're supposed to care about. Because
is the match that's going to set up? Is it going to set up Solo versus Roman? Because honestly, do we think LA is going to beat Roman?
No.
That's the thing. You don't think that anybody's beating Roman till probably what? I'd say Rumble, WrestleMania again.
Yeah, it's got to be. It's either got to be a big show for Roman to lose it, or if he loses it at a smaller show, it's to set up the rematch at one of the big three.
Right.
So, I mean, they could even go as far as have Roman lose it towards the end of the year so he can come back and win the Rumble to be the ultimate dominator. Because, obviously last time Roman won the Rumble, it didn't quite go down so well, did it?
Well, yeah. Well, that's when Dwayne out there, but we got Solo out here from the Solution. Yeah, pew pew. So, and he's become the biggest babyface in the company as Solo.
Oh, I tell you what, I'm so happy for the whole Solo thing, because I was literally talking about this with Mrs. Buff just like a week back.
Yeah,
I was. Oh, speaking of the legend himself, out he comes.
Right. Oh, you're there. I already got Solo out here cutting a promo.
Yeah. Oh,
fair enough. That frames was slowing.
I know. Yeah.
So okay, so you are right there.
Yeah, so I think it's where it refreshed it to get the pixels for it, dropped me back like 20 seconds.
Fair enough, fair enough. But yeah, no. I do like the pairing of Solo and LA Knight. I saw it was, what was it, Roll Tide or somebody out there. Yeah, 6-man tag. Could that be something of you get LA Solo and what? You bring back Royce versus part of the bloodline?
Yeah, if obviously Royce is good to go. I feel like
where does Jacob stand in all of this? Jacob literally just stood by the side of, he listened to Roman and fully and truly of, you said don't touch him. I didn't touch him.
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering with this. If they're going to go, if they're going to consider going the route of having just a tag team match, and now it's up in the air about what is Solo actually going to be doing, etc.
Fair enough, fair enough. As he's even got the Warning Shot Pew Pew shirt. Let's go. Candy Tink, what up with the Usos out here? So, well, right this round, words right now would be a tag match of LA and Solo versus the Usos.
Yeah. So, I mean, then they can at least part that, either they're putting them down or they can start the path of, could they even be heading towards the tag team titles and that sort of thing?
Maybe. I hadn't even thought about that. Well, LA Knight's supposedly going at Roman. Solo was supposed to be delivered to Roman, then turns around and spikes him. So he's got to deal with that. So Roman's got to get involved somewhere here. He just matrix the Warning Shot. And LA is playing it perfectly too. Just, holy, he did dodge it. He did dodge it.
Oh, so I said, I just, like I said, a long time back, so I was saying, was the whole thing that I was a big fan of Solo in NXT, but also because there was a lot of stuff of Solo that was shown, like him outside the ring and obviously social media stuff and him having a laugh with his family. And in all the videos they showed of him, he was so funny. Like he was
the little random stuff where he's like walking back up the entrance and he's interacting with the fans. Like, what are you talking about? Your face.
Yeah, exactly. It's so him doing all that.
Yeah.
And then when they put him in the bloodline and just took his personality out to make him the enforcer, like, I was peeved when that happened. So I was like,
so can we officially call this tag team Le Pew? Can we officially call this tag team Le Pew?
Le Pew Pew.
Yeah, well, because now they're out here. You got my back? Yeah. You got my back? Yeah. Shot. Pew. Saying L-A. Yeah. So good. Can, what up?
No.
Mrs. Jessica? I think I said that maybe right. What happened to today when the OTC in the ring? OTC hasn't been in the ring yet.
You mean what will happen? Yeah.
Could be.
I don't know. That's almost the thing with this. It feels like Solo's thing with the Usos here is sort of, it's taken some of the spotlight away from Roman. It's like it did all that stuff.
But is it like, still that he's supposed to be on that pedestal? Like he is still the tribal chief. Like Thanos only comes down for certain calls.
Oh yeah, I get. I mean, that's why when people complain that Roman didn't wrestle very often originally as the heel tribal chief, it's like, no, it makes sense. It's like when he finally goes, right, I'll do this myself. Right. Then it's like, it's the danger's coming. But now it's almost like that's it. It's like, okay, Roman's in the segment. It's like, okay, cool, and he does his good stuff. But it's almost like, yeah, that's great, Roman. Can you shut up now and take a step aside so we can listen to what Solo's saying to Jay?
Yeah, a little bit. But is Jacob even kind of taking that on? I was going to say with what is going on with Roman too as well right now. We've got the whole tournament that we're going to see the 2 semifinals tonight of who's going to end up facing, or at least fighting to face Roman in Mexico City out there. Is this going to be Lucha Bros facing off?
Could be an interesting one. I mean, let's face it. If they face off with each other, we can kind of figure who's going to take the win there, because it almost feels a little bit like the Hart situation in the early 90s.
Penta's going to face Roman, respectfully. Yeah, Penta's the Brett to Owen. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's like we've got this amazing talent, and his brothers come with him. But it's just like,
But
sorry,
yeah, that's kind of how it's been treated. Like, but Irish Whips and Arm Drags. What up, homie? With a $2 super chat. So this is what a successful pod looks like. Nah, we're still grinding out here, my guy. I'm still trying to make a day by goddamn day out here. But no, appreciate you again. Spread the good gospel up there.
Yeah, but this is what I want feels like.
Yeah,
so I think it's got the right atmosphere. It's got the love.
We may not be always doing business, but we're always open.
Yeah. Met a few people like that in my life.
I love the intensity of you shows. We're going to the Yum Yum special tonight out here. Sorry, missus, but yeah, it's already Stephanie McClure coming out here right now. Well, her taking on Roxanne Perez, and this is interesting because Roxanne's the one now in the Judgment Day without a belt out of the ladies.
Yeah. Yeah, I it almost felt like with Roxanne, they were planning to pull the trigger on her turning on Liv, and then they kind of just went, we'll do it in a week or so, and then they've just forgotten they've got a post-it note somewhere in the office that actually says that.
Right.
So she's just following them around, trying to kind of be like, "Hi, I'm your friend." it's just like you got to do something with her.
Well, and go ahead.
I was just going to say they should have pulled the trigger on a bit, getting the Intercontinental Championship a while ago, and then they could have used that to branch off because she was in that time they could have done a story with it, and then it just kind of just dissolved into just a title.
The Judgment Day has been in this whole situation like a lot of other factions, and again, I hate factions apparently. It's the same thing with like the Death Riders, with the system that we just saw last night on TNA on Lockdown, of that there are so many factions that have been kind of doing the same thing for so long that they just need to can go away. And that's where I feel the Judgment Day is at.
Oh yeah, they've got no. I've always said I think the moment the Judgment Day pulled away from the whole like goth rock sort of thing that they had, they just lost all their personality. It's even like the whole like we're street trash, so we wear. It's just like, guys, what is
the
this?
minute mommy left, they all became street trash.
Yeah, it's literally like being the guys in catering that were part of the NWO.
Yeah, Scott Norton's, the Horace Hogan's, the Virgils. But
yeah, exactly. It's like we're part of the NWO. It's like, didn't know you still worked here, but cool. Thanks for letting me know.
But pronouns, pal, Propunzo, let down your chat out there. Paul, what up? Spaz, I see you. I'll get to it in a minute. Ken, what up? OG Dale, I see you. Nightmare Queen. Almighty Pop, thank God for this channel. Almost Miss Raw, what's up, guys? And hello and welcome to our guest. Yeah, it's one of those. Well, that's it. Hi, everyone that doesn't know Geekbox. This is Geekbox. This is British Nick and everything. This is, UK KJ. But yeah, it's out here. They're doing the double taping, and I guess even in the Friday slot, they're taping next week's Monday and Friday too as well. So going to be a lot of tape stuff for WWE coming up. Interesting.
Yeah. So we'll probably know most of what's happened before it even hits the TV, which is always annoying.
Yeah, but I mean, if you can try and do your best, and we try and do our best to avoid the spoilers out here. But yeah.
Oh yeah, I mean, like for me personally, I seem to have a natural knack for just like I think it's because as well I get so busy with things in between. It's like I start catching up on the day the show's actually on. So the amount of times that stuff's happened, then I'm like, I'll put out and I'll be like, oh, such and such happened. That's freaking awesome. And then you get people like, oh, we knew that a week ago. What you want about? Oh, that's so fake.
But that's how you should enjoy it. That's how you should enjoy it. Oh, we don't use that word around here. We don't use that. If you're like, again, Wakanda, we don't do that around here.
Yeah, it's just like, I laugh because I'm like, it's like, you got to remember, it's like when I was a kid, practically everything that I watched of wrestling was taped. It's like they'd record like 2 or 3 Raws back to back and then put them on TV over the following weeks.
especially where you're at. But
Yeah.
as we're Roxanne already out here, so Roxanne gets the jobber entrance during the commercial.
Isn't it?
Kevin, what up? Greta, what up? Shout out new names out here. Canal, what up? Frankie, KJ, you dyed your beard. Yeah, he said he got sick of trying to look like Kevin Owens and said he's the hybrid of Sami Zayn. You are the Sami Zayn to KJ's Kevin Owens.
Oh, man. See it.
Yeah.
I was going to say, last time I came on here, I got the Eric Redbeard freaking comparison. I was happy with that. Now you heard.
Fair enough. Well, I mean, we can go different ways if you like. We can reimagine this look.
I mean, if you want, I can just moan through the entire stream to get the full experience.
Let's not. How about that? Greta with the 2 jewels out there. Shout out. Yeah, it's interesting. Like last week, randomly or so, the jewels just started popping up.
Yeah. Well, like I said, I didn't entirely know what they were. I just know that I got them. I looked it up and it said if you use them, it's like credits that helps the channel. And then I think I just spazzed your chat for like a minute straight with just all these different random things until I had none left.
No, do that 100%. Do that 100. Well, because some of that stuff's free and everything. Like it's free to subscribe. It's free to. They have the hype stuff too after the videos and everything like that. You can spam the little emoji buttons out there if you're feeling like you got to hit the buttons. But yeah, 100%. Any way you can support the channel, we absolutely appreciate it.
Yeah, that's the thing as well. I think obviously watching, commenting, liking is your 3 key things that supports any channel you like. And it's like they're all free. They all share the love. And I will say, as a content creator myself, don't think that like any part of when you guys do that gets missed or unrecognized, because it's like a day later when you're going through your stats for your videos and stuff like that. You see all these little things. And I mean, I'm sure I can speak behalf with KJ, Nick as well with this. When you see those things, I find there's 2 things with it. One, it's just special anyway, because it really does touch on a very personal level that people support you regardless of how they go about it. And secondly, there's a lot of times where you're back to your normal life work and that, you're having a crap day. And then you have a quick look to see how the channel's doing or whatever. You see these things and it's like, you know what? Like, this is why people keep making content, because all of you are a really special part of what people do. And you play a part in our lives when you are not in videos and that as well, through that continual growth of things. So
I just don't think I could try. I was trying to find a way I could try and even say that better, sir. No, absolutely. I think you couldn't have said it any better. And again, that's why we try and click on as many chats and everything like that. It's been a while since it's been Nick on Nick action out here. So we do kind of get a little chatty out there. It's like me and Anthony on Thursdays and everything. But 100%, this is absolutely a family and everything. This is like, I feel like we know that's how I got on the channel. That's how we met you, of meeting people through interactions and everything. And you become this extended family. We're the gathering of the wrestlos. We can't call ourselves the juggalos. Gathering of the wrestlos, I guess, out there.
Yeah, exactly. It's like you say, that is a prime example of, like I said, like I've done a few different things on my journey on YouTube and stuff. Obviously, I hit the right point eventually. It swung me in the right way. But off that, you know, the joint here, I mean, looking for clips for some of my earliest videos, this is how I found you guys on the channel. And I think and I ended up just staying and watching the stream instead and chatting to you guys. Then I found out, obviously, that you ended up being part of the channel from originally being somebody that was watching it as well.
Yes.
And I remember that's how I made a joke to KJ saying, I'll come on at some point and join you guys. And then it was like from there to about 3 months later, suddenly, like, you two of my absolute best friends. Like, it's just like,
you're gonna make me cry. This is everybody. Where's MDB right now, or Jose, or somebody to bust in and do the Friday? He gonna go cry in his car now, ain't he? But no, absolutely. And if we weren't doing this right now, my guy, of the emotions would be pouring out right now. Of that's, I truly appreciate that. And again, it's all love, it's all fam out here. I didn't expect to be out here in my emotions out here on a Monday. KJ leaves for one day. I'm out here crying.
So I try like that's why I used to say you don't ever need like OnlyFans. So you just check out mine and Dick's DMs on Instagram, and you'll see all the love you ever need.
Yeah, dude. I got so many wives out here. I got so many husbands. But Bradley out here becoming a member again for 34 months. Follow the buzzards. Everybody like Bray did. Absolutely. Oh God. Yeah, it's 3 years
anniversary, isn't it?
The day of Bray.
Yeah. I saw it come up this morning. I was like, I'm like, Bray is one of the few topics where I'm like, I could say how much I love Bray and the memories and stuff with it, but it's one of those. I'd say Mrs. could say that I can't go in depth with the Bray stuff because within 2 minutes I will get myself upset again. Because I've always said Bray is one of the few celebrities that I've ever had in my life that when I found out about his passing, I got properly upset. Like, if you spoke to me, you think a friend that I knew in real life close by had gone or something, because it just hit me that sideways.
I feel like just everybody be happy. Everybody be happy right now. Everybody's emotional right now. Everybody needs tissues. Everybody coming soon to the Wrestling for Life merch store out there. Tissues.
Tissues for your issues, sir.
Right, but it's just we're out here watching. We're in commercial break right now, but all of that pleasantries and amazing conversation was happening while Stephanie Vacour and Roxanne Perez. So my primal brain and my emotional brain were conflicted out there. I was seeing yum-yums while hearing emotions at the same time.
So, I mean, I'm currently watching Roxanne pinning down Stephanie, so that's a whole different,
Oh, yeah, you get the not commercials, yeah.
And so you said commercial, I was like, watching it, right? I was like, oh, yeah, of course.
Yeah, you forget, I forget.
I just always feel like the commercial aspect to this, like people discovered through the World Cup and stuff like that, was they went, in America, they said, we want adverts. And then in Britain, they said, do you want adverts? And the British Times said, we never want fucking adverts. So unless an advert is funny or advertises something we can eat, we don't want it. We don't care. It's
fair enough.
It's like I remember the last time I stayed in America, that is one of the things that sideswiped me. That was like, I feel like that like every single TV channel, I think we stayed in for like 2 days because it was raining. I mean, a long time back now, but it was literally like, oh, there's a TV show in between these adverts somewhere.
Yeah.
Awesome.
What is the modern day wrestling fan complaint on Twitter? Yes, there is a wrestling show amongst these commercials as we come back from commercial. I got Roxanne hitting a knee on the back of Stephanie out there. Groovy. I didn't realize KJ may have accidentally did this with the poll for lockdown. It asks you what's your rating for lockdown, A, B, or C, D, whatever, and A is the only correct answer somehow. The poll makes it so there's no actual poll. It's just you have a correct answer and a wrong answer. I think it's a happy, fun little accident. Yeah.
In other words, they did a cage match style grading for a show.
Right. Irish Whips out there with a $5 super chat. I won't counter program you. Rest in peace, Bray Wyatt. Open invite to my channel to you and your team. We're not monetized, so it's the Attitude Era shared. Fair enough. We'll appreciate you. Rising tide raises all ships. Iron sharpens iron out there. And I think Spaz and Jake and Geek and Anthony and everybody love everybody out there.
Yeah. I'll tell you, that's one of my favorite things as well. When I see comments come up on the videos on my channel, and it's the guys from the chat here. What if I see the name come up, and it's like, I feel like the Leonardo DiCaprio meme. I'm like, I know that one.
That's me. Yeah, I've got right now Steph clapping away at Roxanne. I don't even think we've asked the people, let us know who you have winning this match. And I think I have to do some of these just to catch up, just to appease the audience here.
Yum yums. Yum yums.
Yeah, as
We'll say you guys are also discovering right now on a scale of 1 to 10 how professional KJ is doing streams. And
Exactly,
like,
just a little bit, Joe, just a little bit. Thank you for that vote of confidence there.
I was like, you also have to appreciate, guys, so the fact that it's like when I come on here, it's one of the very rare times that I actually get to speak to like Nick or KJ or Anthony that isn't like a text message.
In face to face.
Yeah.
Devil's kiss. Yeah, shucky ducky, quack, quack.
Well, at least this time Roxanne took it in full force. I don't know if you remember the last time they wrestled. She took it and she was she was yeeting with it.
Right.
Yeah.
Boot to the face.
I do wish they'd do so. Roxanne's another one though, where she got great in NXT.
Well, she was in NXT for quite some time, and then I know I specifically wanted her to get called up for quite some time. Meet her in the corner. Yeah. But then once they called her up, she's been good, but she hasn't reached the pinnacle yet. Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, it's like they put her in the right direction, and they just kind of went, "We've got her now. What do you want to do?" And they just looked at each other and went, "Oh." So she just landed with nothing. It's weird because I'm not going to break kayfabe, but yeah, that's why we both respond when we say that. But yeah, Guardian, when he around, I shut up, but when he leave, I be crying again. Yeah. As Roxanne's pulling on the apron, Bradley, play nice. Bradley, play nice. Rest in peace to the Eater of Worlds, Bray Wyatt. Absolutely. Yeah. Well, two count.
That's what I was like. Do you remember when the Shining Wizard was protected?
Yeah.
It was one of those. The Shining Wizard finished the job.
Yeah, but that's also, we're going back to like prime, like New Japan era and everything. Like all Japan's fucking top promotion at that point when the Shining Wizard's still protected.
Yeah, but I mean, like even in NXT when Roxanne would do the Shining Wizard, it was her. She'd hit the Shining Wizard and then she'd finish the match off with whatever she followed it up with.
Yeah,
she come to the main roster.
It's always Pop Rocks.
Yeah, and then they Blue Thunder bombed it.
Yeah, but even then, you had Tegan Knox that did the Shining Wizard, small package, shoulder breaker. You had a lot of people, and I think like Kenny does it a ton. Like a lot of people now, it's a Lariato is the Shining Wizard.
So saying that with people lifting other people's moves left and right and center, I'm half expecting to hear a story in the next couple of weeks of the Undertaker turning up at AJ Francis' house, going,
"He's been doing that. He's been doing that." Becky coming out.
Because Liv got involved.
Do you have Becky coming out right now, sir?
Oh, I do indeed.
There you go.
I do think we're properly lined up. You know, we're still going somewhere between, somewhere between modern day HD and PS2.
Fair enough. Your PS3 and PS4 graphics. Got it.
Yeah. I'm literally SmackDown versus Raw 2003 at the moment.
Forget the light, the mountain, we're in it together. Oh, there's your Shining Wizard. Oh. There's your Shining Wizard. I'll spring their moonsault, nobody home. Oh. What does she even call that? Because that's a fucking hell of a move. Three count. Steph wins as she should, but
she goes. I don't know. I think it is as well. Like that was a really good match. Mm-hmm. I think this is where the cynic in me over the years that I try and fight back comes sometimes, but it's like they're gonna have this great match. It's like it's her first match back. Did I think for a moment she was going to lose that match in any way, shape, or form?
True, but I also think that is it a good thing that you don't even I didn't even think of that, honestly, until you mentioned that. I didn't even think of that.
That's the problem. It's like that's what comes to mind, and it's like, that's why when they twist it there when something does happen and they lose, it's like, all right, you've got my attention again now.
But I think that's I think it's good on them that, like I said, as much as we're here live doing this, I didn't even think of that. That didn't cross my mind at any point until you mentioned it, as Becky and her get face to face as Becky dumps out Liv. But yeah, and now that you say that, yeah, it makes sense that she, of course, was going to win. But at the same time, it never crossed my mind that Roxanne couldn't beat her.
I just feel like I think I overthink things as well. That's my problem.
No, it's 100. It's an amazing thing that you brought that up because, like I said, I hadn't thought of that, and that's a perspective that I don't know too many people did.
Just we had a time in our house where I was banned from watching the start of horror films and stuff with my missus. It's not really my sort of thing anyway. It's very much her thing, but because I could get 10, 15 minutes into the film, and be like, that's the killer. She'd be like, will you stop it?
Just spoiled it. Whoa. I'm sorry, but it just, and then later on, she just like, yeah, whatever, screw you. Well, and how do you feel, though, as I'll ask, as we're getting a video package for it, of the big cast, Javon Evans, speaking of spoiling things, big cast constantly coming out here and spoiling Javon?
I'm all up for it. Honestly, I think this is that I've seen people complain about this, but at the same time, it's like you brought back a big guy who's a heel. You need a small, popular person for him to beat on. Oh, yay! Mysterio reunion. Yeah.
What's up,
Dom and Ray again backstage?
I still think that now with Ray being the AAA general manager, it's going to get into a whole thing. Javon just came bingo and just smashes everybody.
I feel
and
like
bingo was his name. Oh,
I feel like the thing for me with Javon is he's a great in-ring talent, but when they then try and sell him as a tough guy as well.
But it's just to me, it doesn't feel like he has really any story. He's a guy that does cool and wins cool matches, but he doesn't have any true direction.
Yeah, and that's I feel almost like he's been put in the box of we've put you on the stage and put the spotlight on you. Now it's up to you to now show what you can do. Because I'll be like, one of the things I hate here, like. Writing is obviously one of the most important things in wrestling. But when they say, well, so-and-so, they don't write anything for them to use or to do and blah, blah, blah. And it's like, for me, I think being an old school wrestling fan, it's like there's that line between you can get written to a certain point, but then you have to do something that carries it to the next place. And if they're just coming out and doing their own safe repeat stuff, I know a lot of it's because they're scared if they try something new and it fails that they'll get dropped back.
Well, but I think that Javon's good in ring, but there's just the story that they've given him hasn't really amounted to much outside of him just getting his rocked by Big Cass.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like I like this is the opportunity of like it's a minor story in the grand scheme of things, but this is the chance now for Javon to do. I'm trying to think the best way to put it, I think a lot of guys say in the Attitude Era, the way you define if somebody got attacked, if somebody got attacked and they come out the next week and they got on the microphone and they were like, oh, come to the ring, you hit me, I don't want you kind of stand there and be like, okay, so you two are going to have a match tonight. Cool. But when and obviously it was more open script for them then than they've got now. Right. But then it's but the guys that came out, get the microphone and just start running their mouth off, get out here. I'm gonna whip otherwise I'm gonna come back there and get you. And so it's that thing of they sound like they are genuinely pissed. And
have some bass in your voice, have some reason for why you're upset.
It's like let's say the whole thing. How did Stone Cold Steve Austin become the top guy in a pair of black trunks with a shaved head?
Well, I'll tell you what, you son of a bitch out there, it's because I talked about Austin 316 instead of John 316.
That's brilliant.
There you go. But
it's that whole thing of yes, Austin had a lot of free reign, but he got to that point because early on, it was when he came out and started shooting his mouth. He'd be like, this guy would genuinely take you into the car park out the back and kick the crap out of you.
But
It's
now
like
we can go dance for dance and everything, of whether that's on the talent or whether that's what they're being given, especially now in this modern day of when you're getting much more handed something before you and go up there and do this, and you've got 2 minutes to make it work versus you got 2 minutes to breed up Booker T in a grocery store.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. It's like I said, but like the Booker T being beaten up in a grocery store came years later, because early on when Vince was trying to quash Austin, like when he had to go to him and say, why do you keep cutting my stuff? You know, like, and he said, oh, because you're popping the guys in the truck. And he's like, well, if I'm popping the guys in the truck, don't that mean I'm doing something right? It's like, because he was already, when they were trying to say to him, here's your ABC, and that's what you got to stick to. What he took in that little bit of ABC was still his delivery of that is what made the difference. Whereas I feel like there's a lot now where a lot of guys get, I mean, I get, like I said, part of it being as scared to do the wrong thing and look bad and get knocked down the card.
Right.
But it's like they come out and you, how many promos you hear now, and it kind of feels like, I know they've given you exactly what you should say, but that doesn't mean, you know, I think one of the best examples I can think of is somebody said before with and that was a wrestling thing. It was years ago now, but they were talking about how to cut a promo in a school. And he said, if I give you and 10 other guys a script for a movie, do you think we're just going to pick the guy we think looks the best and not the guy that reads it the best? It's like, because the guy that reads the script the best is the one that makes me believe in it. He's like,
fair enough. Well,
you know, and it's,
I totally agree with you. I was just, we're back to the action. I was going to go with, speaking of reading things, I'm going to read Spaz's $10 super chat out there. On today's internet idiots, I see people out here running defense for AW of, if All In doesn't get a good buy rate, it's those evil Americans that hate other countries. They're getting desperate. So you said, as someone who lives in the UK, that it's poorly advertised, poorly promoted, and that most of what you hear talking about it is from the US. So apparently, if you guys don't show up for it, we take the blame.
I do. I literally, I feel like Tony Khan, as worldly as he should be, is, you know, I'm going to attack your country here, sorry, but it's going to be one of those Americans that thinks that London is America.
We're used to it. Attack my country. We're so big, so great. Whatever you say won't hurt us.
It's like I've genuinely met people before. I said, well, I'm English. And they're like, oh, you're from London. I'm like, no, motherfucker, I'm from England. The country around London. It's like,
the rest of it.
Yeah. It's like London's like this big. The country is this big.
Yeah, but when you hear people say you're from Ireland or anything like that, it's, oh, you're from Dublin. You fucking what, man?
Yeah, it's like, as I laugh, I'm like, it's like, you know, because it's like I have Irish blood. It's like, well, for most of the people,
red beard didn't tell me nothing.
It's like from that, I'm like, I could tell you some of the towns that my family live in, but you probably couldn't pronounce them.
Fair enough.
It's like, but I will ask this question actually. Anyone I'll see the chat who's American answers as well, but I'm going to ask you as an American, like, what is the difficulty Americans seem to have pronouncing words that end in ham or shire? Because if I hear one more person that's like Buckinghamshire, it's like there's no gap.
Well, no, you can't ask me that because I live in New Hampshire. So I'm one of those. I don't know even if I'm pronouncing it right or not. I just, trust me, I moved here from New York, so I'm having to learn like Kentucky from Countercock and everything, the Kankamangas Highway and everything. Yeah, I'm not good with pronunciations. Words and syllables fight me.
So but see, that's the thing. So you got that correct on that one.
I didn't even know.
It's a shock.
I didn't even know.
That's what I mean. It's like I someone the other day saying like, yeah, Berkshire. I was like, it's Berkshire for fuck's sake. It's like what? It's like what? The Shire is where hobbits live. That's the only Shire. After that,
aren't you a hobbit? I thought you were a dwarf. I thought I shouldn't tell an elf that I'm going to have to throw you. Or isn't your name Gimli? You got a G in your name, right?
I love Gimli. So
Daryl, what up? Sorry, Bernard. KJ turned gender. We got the Sami Zayn KJ. You got British Nick. You've got, Eric Redbeard. You've got everybody's second favorite box. You've got more nicknames than KJ out here, I think. But we do have Ray Fenix taking on Dragon Lee right now. Let us know who you have for this match. This is the first qualifier or semifinal out there. So the winner of this takes on the winner of La Parka versus Penta to take on Roman Reigns in Mexico City.
So, I do when they do that rebound into a snap German, it's like, dude, you know this guy's got to go home.
They've managed to make up over goes Dragon Lee, but WWE seems to do lucha better than AEW. That's been doing lucha longer with CMLL.
Yeah, to be fair, I think a part of that as well is it's like, so when they took AAA, I didn't know what to think at first. The moment they said we're taking AAA, but we're going to keep the entire team and have them work with our guys, it's like, see, they've got the idea. Whereas there was a lot of obviously when CMLL worked with AEW, it was sort of like, we'll take your guys and we'll write something. We'll bring them in and write a match for our guys, and it was like, but you're not having guys that like have no lucha writing stuff for a lucha.
Now, okay, now that you said this, all right, first, I'm going to say on some names because you said a dirty word to me of talking about people with AAA of guys that know lucha, because allegedly Undertaker is the one writing the shows for AAA, and I beg the question strongly, if that's the guy I truly believe is this lucha mastermind. I could maybe believe Jeremy Borash. I don't know if I can believe that Undertaker is really out there. This lucha fucking dark horse out there. I know he does the old school, and he was a big man that walked the ropes and everything. Agile for a 7-footer. I don't think he's out there telling Penta and Dragon Lee how to do their matches.
No, exactly. This is the thing. See, this is why I say it works, because obviously they want to move AAA more towards a WWE writing format. But obviously, for what we've gathered, Undertaker's role is to write the stories, and then the matches is being handled by the other people between. So
I'll give you that. I'll give you actually well put, because if that's one of those that a guy that spent his entire life protecting kayfabe is worried about kayfabe, and that's all you got to worry about, Mark, is you worry about kayfabe. Yeah. The guys will do it. You just write the telenovela.
You know, I'll tell you what, I will give you one of the greatest examples I have heard in the last couple of days. Like, one of the greatest examples of how wrestling works, right? And it came out of your mouth in the TNA stream, which I sat and watched back earlier, right? You said the first match, AJ Francis, or AJ Styles according to the poll, which was hilarious. Yeah. But AJ Francis, well, obviously versus, I'm calling him Elias because he is, versus Elias, is they had a great match, but it was hard to be sold on it because the build-up to that match didn't get you interested in it, just that you understood that the match itself was great. And I think that is where in AAA, Undertaker's role comes in, of I will help you with the build-up, but it's up to you guys to produce the great match that makes that build-up worth it.
Where's MDB with hashtag checkmate? Because I feel like I've been put in checkmate right now. Of this man used my own words against me to argue my point against me. I feel like I've been put in check and I don't have a play anymore. So I think I will admit defeat with that, because no, like honestly, goddamn, that was a masterclass of, yeah, checkmate, motherfucker. Like, on one hand, I want to appreciate the compliment, but at the same time, I'm like, but you just made my argument shit itself.
But it's that's the thing. It's because the only other thing obviously they've shown with the Undertaker is when Ray was saying to him about, obviously in a match, he was explaining something about a point of a match, and Undertaker literally turned around and said, "There's no point in telling that to me." He said, "Because I will never understand that in a million years, because I've never thrown myself on my own head." And laughed. So basically, he's like, "Don't tell me about the match. I'm just doing the storyline." Yeah, but it's that. But this is where WWE's main shows struggle sometimes is they're trying to tell them what to do in the match. And it's like, you've got professional wrestlers, let them be professional wrestlers. Don't micromanage their crap.
Yeah, but no, that's actually super. Like, I had, again, fucking go up tooth out here. If I hadn't even ever thought of it that way, of the guy that his whole is kind of known for storytelling, is the guy that does the storytelling and just let the luchas be the luchas.
Yeah, that it's sorry,
just let them play. Holy shit, it's that simple. Just let them play.
And I think that part of the reason why the lucha stuff's gotten better on Raw and SmackDown is because now their guys obviously getting more interaction with the AAA stuff. So I think that's almost like getting to understand of, you know, let your guys just do what they do.
That's what Triple H keeps saying, but he just doesn't do it. He says it at all the post conferences and everything, that we do what we do, but they don't do what they do.
It's I mean, this is the thing as well. So I'm trying to put, and I'm totally guessing on this as well.
Mm-hmm.
I do apologize. I can see the chat's going by. We've got super chat hit in a second as well. But yeah, but it's about a month ago. Triple H gave that thing about the fact that he's like, I want to be able to step back. People need to show what they can do on the show. You know, it's not just about the right. People got their hands in their ass about it. But it's like, it's about showing what they want to do. And they also had a change in staff as well. And now suddenly for the past month, like Raw and SmackDown has been completely different. It's literally like somebody just went, yeah, screw it, guys. You know what? Just go and have fun out there.
I'll say this, so we can expound on this maybe in the next commercial break if we remember it at this point, as Dragon Lee just getting stomped through Fenix for a 2 count. I've said, of just a complete theory out there, that somebody, whether it's Triple H, Nick Khan, somebody's grabbed somebody from WWE's grabbed somebody from TKO and just had that come to Jesus conversation of like, let us do the reason why you bought us in the first place. Let us show you why you fell in love with us in first place. Clearly yours ain't working, because the shows after SummerSlam have felt better than the shows going into SummerSlam for some reason.
Yeah. You know who I'd put money on to have that conversation? Nick Khan. Because he always, honestly, he always seems to be the guy that it comes out in the stories that he's the one that's gone to the office and gone, guys, what the fuck are we doing? Like him and Triple H bounce, because Triple H is trying to please everybody, whereas Nick Khan's
he's got only certain limitations he's got to work within, like all these ads and crossovers and everything. Like, how much of that's really what he's got to deal with?
Yeah, I'm very much. I said this. I feel like that's. Oh!
Dragon Lee takes out Fenix off the table.
Rotating cannonball through the second rope directly over the table.
I came in like a wrecking ball.
If I tried that, I'd end up flipping myself over probably in the ring and rolling under the bottom rope.
Broken neck. We're back in the ring right now. Spaz introduce you.
But I will say so, when you say that's I know you get to the chat a second. But that's as well. When I see more and more of these lucha matches and things like this, so I think it just makes me miss the Cruiserweight Championship more and more week on week. As much as I hate them adding more and more belts in. The Cruiserweight belt would work.
So they've involved the AAA Cruiserweight title, and this is what's making you want to watch AAA, because this is what's everything on AAA.
Yeah,
this is the best free advertisement for AAA.
Yeah, it's literally right there. You know, it's just like bloody. You know, they could do a lightweight or cruiserweight version of Andre Memorial Battle Royal, except it could be the Crash Holly Memorial Battle Royal.
Give me the European title, goddammit. If we're building titles, give me the European title.
Don't just start on the European title. We will never.
I know. I hate to start a European on a European title out there, but yeah.
I'll start with William Regal, and then I got about
you
5
can only
hours
claim
to go
intercontinental, international, interdimensional, all of these. But yes. Oh, Styles Clash. I forget he does that now. Well, it's because he teamed with him because we had AJ Styles or no. AJ Lee,
Yeah.
that was it, because we had AJ Styles with Dragon Lee to make AJ Lee. Fucking Megazord.
Oh, well, yeah. So let me play cat. Well, I think this is going to finish up in a second. And we'll just catch up
No, you're good. As
because the elbow
Dragon
patted
Lee's
off.
about to pop off out here. Phoenix rolls into a cutter.
Whoa, that was like a super cut from the floor.
Two count. Bernard, I was picking up some flowers. I thought I had more time. Yeah, early Monday Night Raw, catching everybody off guard.
Also, as well, I'm sorry.
What?
Since when did the super cutter or the cutter become a transitional move?
Listen, we'll be here all day if we start breaking down some of these moves. Like, we're gonna be out here. When did the super kick? When did the cheeky Nando's kick even become a fucking normal regular move? They all just become polished and whopped away. Oh, 1, 2, 3.
There we go.
Phoenix wins.
And I thought Dragon Lee was going to have that the way they pushed him the past year. But
this is where you're gonna get brother versus brother. You're gonna get that as the final to see who faces Roman.
I mean, fair, like I said once, that was a hell of a match.
Oh, for sure.
It's enough that I was able to watch it with one eye whilst I was chatting away to you at the same time.
You could. These boys came to work, absolutely, and this is why, again, I say that's all free advertisement for AAA. This is why now when they have the show this weekend, which, by the way, will be here live on Sunday for All In, for AAA, for Heatwave as well. All 3 shows, one giant stream out there. This is free advertising for them, but make sure you tune in to what's going on over there. If you like that match, you know where you can watch more of that? AAA.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, though, how long do you imagine a match between Rey Fenix and Roman Reigns lasting?
Well, touche. I mean, same thing could be said with Dragon Lee. Same thing could even be said with this iteration of the Parka. He's literally skin and bones. But yeah.
Problem is, I think it's almost like the bar set. You've watched Rey Mysterio wrestle all these people over the last 20 years, and then it's like, well, all the luchadors could do that, and then you see them get
Reigns there still having matches. He's older than Jericho and still having better matches. As I'm getting, who this? City. Lola. Her name was Lola. Taser's gonna be so mad he's missing the debut of Lola out here looking like goddamn J-Lo. Even more. Oh, and that's a smooth transition. You do more edits than I've ever done which is none. But they did that smooth of cutting in between. She's at the club and she's out there in the octagon.
14, so 3 weeks from now.
It's interesting. So, are they going to actually get Vice City? But
I was going to say that, but like in the space
Rockstar's like money.
It's like, I was going to say, Obafemi's kind of like slowly transitioned from the Nigerian war chief into like, the Vegas gambler, but each week with the shirt changing and
but I mean,
how do you even feel?
Let me read through a few more before we start getting into Oba and everything out there, because that's a whole other thing. Because Oba's the guy right now, and he's, here's the future, Paul. This man just does better impressions than I ever could out there. He's the total fucking package. He's got promos on his own. He's almost doesn't need a manager because he can do that on his own, and he's that goddamn force. But I digress. But Maddie, what up? It's 420 though. Somewhere out there. Vitamins. Be respectful. 9/14 on Monday, Lola Vice. Okay, I didn't see that they put a date, so that would have been why you said 3 weeks out there. Fair enough. Soft, I see you. Roll Tide. Bernard, what up? Frankie, I see you. Kyle, what up? I
Al
think there
Grande
was one
versus
last
Dirty Dom.
star. Well,
That'll
it
be a
what now?
match. Said thought Al Grande versus Dirty Dom. That will be a match.
That's going to be the main event of Triple Mania, and is that going to be a better match than Ospreay versus Omega?
Yes. You don't need to say the second half of that. Yes, it will be.
Yeah, well, we haven't even talked about MJF. Maybe we can do. We're still going to be here Tuesday, so maybe we can talk about MJF on Tuesday.
I was going to say, I get there's a lot of people that like Ospreay, and I get why there's a lot of people that like Ospreay.
Oh, are we going to get a spoiler? You're not. He's not your champion. He's not the people's champ out there.
I think I would rather watch Maxine wrestle though at times, and it's just not for me.
Really?
You know, I think
hot take from Geekbox out there.
I say Ospreay 5 years ago when I watched him with some of the other stuff he was doing, before he obviously fully like locked in with the AEW thing, I could get behind. I don't know what it is. I've seen over the last couple of years, I've watched a few of his matches. That's when the pay-per-views that have come up, and I can appreciate what he does, but there's just nothing about what he does now that makes me pop for what he's doing.
There, you can read this because how apropos a super chat from Spaz out there of saying that you need to read that to let the people know, because how apropos.
You get people assuming that you'll love everyone from your country like us Canadians do. Yes, I do. To be fair, when it comes to wrestling, it's a good guess generally, because obviously I love the European style of wrestling. What I hate is guys that go through European wrestling and try to then imitate the American style and combine it, and it just looks awful.
So how do you feel about Zack Sabre Jr.? Sorry to cut you off, but how do you feel about Zack Sabre Jr.?
Yeah, see, that's a good example.
Nigel?
Nigel McGuinness. I freaking love Nigel McGuinness.
Yes.
Yeah.
This is why we're name brothers. Yes.
McGuinness. Absolutely. Again, because he works people. He doesn't just put the show on. He actually, beats somebody down and works them through. To me, this part, I think, because obviously, when I was little, and I will finish answering you in a second, Spaz. When I was little, I watched World of Sport Wrestling, like the original 60s to 80s wrestling that I was raised on, and a lot of that still was like you saw with William Regal, Finlay, and stuff. It's about getting your opponent and working them down step by step. And then you start working onto your bigger moves and techniques until you get that eventual pin, beat down, roll, etc. Whereas, so when you get guys that still carry a good bit of that sort of thing, like, very few people I will ever say can try and claim to be a bigger fan. I still say Cesaro from WWE days, but Cassidy. He is one of the best wrestlers I've seen the last 10, 15 years in this, like in all wrestling.
Now you're out here auditioning to be out here on Wednesdays because he's going to be out here taking on John Moxley to see, who advances in the Continental Cup out there. So Death Rider on Death Rider.
Bitch. And to finish the last bit, also will say sorry with Spaz as well. Yeah, your correct choices are correct. Nice as Trish is, Lita is always the better choice.
Oh, fair enough.
It's sacrilege in this house to try and say that otherwise, because But
which one did you pick?
Leah.
Oh, you got fighting words. You are fully you're the dark side. You're the yang to KJ's yin, I guess, out here.
Oh,
he's all the way Trish. You're all the way Lita. Fight.
MBD. I'm just talking about.
Yeah.
We needed you earlier.
Right. British Nick, Lord, this flower is potent. I'm cooked. Oh, those flowers. Yeah. The vitamins. As Red KJ is too positive.
Boy, what
out here? Hitting the pose. First is the thriller.
I'm sorry, but I was going to say, as awesome as Oba is, and I love Oba, I think when he starts doing that pose in the full suit, like full outfit, starts getting a little bit maximum male models over there.
Are you just waiting for a shadow to show up between other places and everything like that? Man turns into a tripod.
After Ober's one of those ones that if he's allowed to run how he should run, he's legend status in 20 years.
But I don't know if there's somebody that I've seen that's taken the ball and ran with it so hard, in pro wrestling recently. Like even Braun, yes, the injuries and everything. But Oba is like, if you took Goldberg and actually made him able to talk and gave him a personality outside of just.
If you took Goldberg and gave him talent.
Exactly. Well, no, he had talent. He can spear the shit out of you. Yeah. Bill Goldberg still is a nightmare demon to some people.
Yeah. I think the biggest thing that will kill Oba quickly if it does is overexposure, because they're like
No, I don't know if you can overexpose him. Speaking of what we were talking before, don't expose nothing on Oba. But people were I genuinely argued against it about, as Braun's coming out right now, with Oba going back at Brock versus he's using the King of the Ring to go at a Roman, a Punk, or anything like that. Like there was the strong potential at one point we're going to get Oba Roman, and we still might get it. That still might be a WrestleMania match.
Oh yeah, definitely. I just mean when you get really special talents like now, like with the Brock Lesnar thing. Now, obviously, that was very widespread because half the time they didn't know if he was going to wrestle or not. But it was still that when Brock did turn up and start doing stuff, it was special because it's like, you know, you ain't seen him for a few weeks or even a couple of months, or so. It's the joke, obviously, that Brock made his return about 5 times in 1 year,
right? And
it was like a whole deal about it where. I don't think it'd be that spread out, but if you have Oba every single week just destroying people, it's like one point you get a thing where it's like, yeah, it's fun. Like it's like the Goldberg thing. The Goldberg streak was like, it's fun, but let's face it, but by the time you got like a year into it, who cares? It's like just get him in the ring with somebody that we could believe might actually beat him.
Yeah, but this is something good for both guys involved out here. This is something that I don't know. Yeah, I don't know who's going to win in this right now. As they even say, completely, they each sit at, quote unquote, the head of the table. Now, it's all perspective. Which one's the ass and which one's the head? But
oh, God. Yeah, but like I said, these two in a match is absolutely fantastic. It's such a good match. That's what I mean. It's like if he beats Braun and then just goes to just having random matches on Raw until they pick up the next feud for him, that's where you get your like, okay, it almost becomes the filler. Whereas when
Braun beat Oba, what's Braun and Heyman's relationship? What's Cody's relationship with Heyman out there dropping? That's not a prediction, that's a spoiler. How many honeypots does Heyman have his hands in? Is he winning the Pooh Bear Heyman out here?
Oh yeah, he's fingering everything.
Pause. Yeah, accusations, false accusations.
No, that's what I mean. This is great, and they say it's again. It's that I feel like it's the Ober's the type that he can come out the next week and talk about how he destroyed his opponent, and then you can take him off for a couple of weeks, and then he comes back out to start off with whoever the next thing is. Whereas I think Braun is more of a talent where you can have him come out week after week after week, where he talks a bit, then he spears somebody because he's got that different sort of presence. Where I think if you swapped it, if like Braun went away for a few weeks and then came back, you'd almost get a bit like, oh yeah, I forgot he's not been on for the last few weeks.
Right.
I think it's those different types of, you know, it's like, again, going back to the Attitude Era thing, Austin worked every single week, coming out and doing some random thing and, you know, doing something that would, like, you know, still lives on to now most of the time, even though back then they considered it to just be a small thing. Whereas like someone like Kane could destroy 5 people and then just disappear for a couple of weeks. And then in the middle of the show, randomly his music would come on. And it's like, whereas, you know, I think one of the great things they did with Kane was like, if he did come out each week, he was in the ring for like 2-3 minutes at a time. Come out, kill a group of people, bugger off. And all of it'll only come out properly once you get the Undertaker involved, because that's the match that we're building.
But you still have the thing hanging in the corner there to where Oba can challenge for a world title and everything like that. So he does kind of have to be a bit of a regular player out here, because at some point he's got to, like, either guy theoretically could be going at a world title. Like there's people that probably predicted that Braun Breaker would be a world title holder on the main roster by now, instead of they said it on Real, he was going to win the Rumble. Instead he's a tag champ out here looking all dejected the whole time, looking like he don't want to be here anymore with a vision.
With the weird tag title that looks like it's come off an old wrestling game.
Darkness, my old friend.
Yeah, it's like I said, that's why I say, like, the gaps in between not being like huge gaps, like I said, like Brock and Roman that have like maybe just have where it's like off for a week or maybe 2 at the most. But that's what I say, like, it's almost like if you finish with something, it's almost like that putting them to the back of the mind, where you forget about Oba for a minute because everything else is going on, and then you have you have your stuff with Roman going on, and then Oba's music hits whilst Roman's talking. It's that sudden, it's come out of, like, it feels like it's come out of nowhere, even though, like you said, the fruit's there from the fact he won King of the Ring.
Fair, I'll give you, like, even if Oba loses, like, or even if he wins, what does he jump into next if it's not a world title feud?
Yeah. And I'll say, and the thing is, Braun can win with shenanigans. So Oba can lose.
Granted, Heyman's out there opining over Oba too. Take that alliteration.
I said it's just that I feel like almost I think the other side of it with Oba is he's got so many great things with him. I think you see, like, a lot of, like, younger talent where the more they get put on TV constantly, the more chances come out that their weaknesses get exposed, and then eventually it starts chipping away at, like.
But I don't know if Braun might have more weaknesses than Oba. What as Braun's talking right now, but I don't know what weaknesses Oba really has.
Oh yeah, well, I was going to say, Braun's shown this before. I mean, he's a Steiner. He can either cut a promo or he can across the microphone and then.
Yeah, well, I think it's when you have other people do stuff around him, like when Brock put his cowboy hat on him, was that kind of son on him. When give me one of those things and everything, like Seth did. Like, that's all right. Now you're making him seem not that serious. Like, even with Oba, he was the future, Paul.
And
he had a Nigerian man just hit a fucking perfect Braun Breaker, a perfect Steiner impression out there. Just let that sink in for everybody out there, by the way.
That absolutely killed me, that did that. Hit the picture, Paul.
Yeah, hit your picture, Paul. Breaker is the future. Well, that's the thing what remains to be seen of, is Heyman, is even big beefy Bronson Reed, who's now slimmed down and more, he's prime filet, Wagyu beef Bronson Reed out there. Is he going to get involved? Is he going to be a Paul Heyman guy?
I know. See, that's the thing as well. Like, is that, like, that's the thing that sits in the back of my head. So if it does happen, I've quoted it here. But
there you go.
Is that the outcome of this match? Oba starts to dominate him, and then Braun takes him.
I want, as Braun hands the contract aggressively to Paul, and Paul is just, when Harry met Sally, kind of out here with this whole thing of, there's something about Paul Heyman, there's something about Mary with this shit. Someone look for Stains, because he's out here having the time of his life. Oh!
That's a shot.
But he's still only on one knee. I suggest you run. Yeah.
I'll say Braun's going to eat a table.
Well, we didn't even ask. Everybody's got to go through a table during the contract signing. We figured somebody had to. I'm amazed it wasn't actually Heyman for once.
That's the Austin.
Just starch that man. Now here comes Austin Theory.
I was going to say, why does Austin from the background dress like that look like one of the headbangers?
He looks like Daniel Garcia's older brother.
Just need to get him a pair
I
of
was talking about Bronson Reed, not Braun Breaker. Oh, bro!
There you go.
Austin Theory is going to be the one to eat the table to save Braun looking strong.
Yeah, I'm about to say that. Yeah, obviously, the top rope.
Yep.
And squash.
Toss. Just toss. Those Nikes are getting dirty as Olba holds court in the ring as Braun's, retreat.
It's not right for a man to be able to throw another full-size human being that trains heavily at the gym like he's a
Braun coming back. But no, I mean, this man threw fucking Brock Lesnar like he was a small child.
But all I can picture of that, I'm afraid, is him doing the fall for grace of Brock just landing and then just slowly looking over at the planks like, you forgot something.
Oh, yeah. We haven't done the whole, can you take me higher?
I did enjoy all the theories. It was because of this. You didn't want to hurt him. It's because of the stuff. It's like, no, you just missed it. It's like, you're allowed to admit it happens sometimes. It's like,
as Braun, as Olba signs a contract and just frisbees it at Braun.
But like, my theory with that whole ending was just, I just think Oba was tired. But I mean, he's been picking up and throwing around Brock Lesnar for the last 10 minutes straight,
and eating some F5s and some tombstones on himself and everything like that. But
he got him there and realized it was dangerous for him to try and adjust himself because he was just knackered. So he just dropped where he could say, "Oh, we got Jacob Falls."
I'm gonna do. I don't answer to your punk ass, Jay.
And newly produced soft-spoken Jacob.
Yeah, well, he's got a minus P's and Q's out here. He's kind of, he might not be in the. Oh,
hey.
Oh, yeah, it's because they even questioned him. So why did you do that? Why you do that? Yeah. He's like, OTC told me to stand down, so I stand down.
Really? You punk ass.
Punk ass, Jay. But no, I really liked that with Olba and Braun to where Braun's literally going at Heyman now. He's so lost in the whole sauce of this, of that whole, you're with him. You're supposed to be my guy. Why are you with him? Like, he's so opining for Paul's affection. He's sitting there slamming the contract in. You sign it for him. Sign it. Make him sign it. Not realizing Olba's his own beast.
I was going to say, I feel like we're a little bit CM Punk Roman Reigns again with the Paul Heyman thing. But he's mine.
Yeah, but Olba's not exactly acknowledging that Heyman's involved. If they have this just mutual game recognized game, Braun's the one that's out there like, no, you're supposed to be my guy.
Do you reckon we're going to get the situation where something happens for whatever reason and Paul Heyman is stood over Oba looking at him, and Braun's going to take that as, why are you making sure he's okay? Why are you checking on him? And he's
don't know how it's going to play out. Does Oba get a win? Excuse me. Does Oba get a win? Does Braun get a win and leave with Heyman? Does Bronson Reed show up and just change everything? Oh, up next, we're getting Javon versus Big Cass. We're getting answers to Big Ass.
I'm so glad he's back as Big Cass, because I could never take the name Big Bill serious for a
W. Morrissey. W. Morrissey doesn't work for you.
See, that's fine for me. That's what I mean. Like, he's had good normal names in the past, and it was like Big Cass was a bit of a throw. But it's like, it feels very WWE, and it's like, at least they can't get worse.
It's integral on. My name is Enzo Amore, and that right there is Big Cass, and he's 7 foot tall. You can't teach that. That's what Big Cass is relying on. W. Morrissey feels more, if they're going to do this human made amends, went on this journey, this self-discovery and everything like that, give him a name that sounds like a human name. Who walks around? Hi, I'm Big Nick, but who walks around calling themselves Big anything? Big Cass, all that.
Yeah, I know. I mean, it's like
I know the
it's
puns.
just.
Yeah.
I just felt like it was like it's a very WWE to have Big Cass, like you said, because it fits in with the look. He's Big Cass. You need to know that he's big because Enzo's not big. And it's like I thought, at least when he goes off by himself, he'll probably go back to his name or reinvent. And then about a month later, I didn't realize he joined AEW, and I was like, oh, cool, he's joined AEW. It's like that could be good for him because obviously they've got a different approach to that. When he got in the ring, he's like, Big Bill, don't take that. I was like, do not fucking tell me that's his name. I was like, if he's calling himself Big Bill, and then when they cut the thing out, I was just sat there like, why? It's like it felt like calling the Big Show the large feature instead when he went to AEW. It's like,
why? This is the large feature.
It's just like you had a chance there to give yourself a name again, and you went with Big Bill. It's like you just made me think of Bullet Bill out of Mario. Like,
well, speaking of names, though, of Anthony out there, I did have to start this one and find it, but again, for those who don't know, because it's been a minute, my brother from another mother, but Anthony is saying, good evening, wrestling family, Geekbox, where are you from? I've never seen you before. So, hashtag humble brag, hashtag moment to shameless plug.
So, well, yes, obviously, for those that don't know, and Strange Boy's weird face, obviously, yeah, I'm British Nick, but I'm also known as the Geekbox for my channel. Obviously, I do the wrestling compilations as my main thing and other nerdy, geeky stuff on my channel as well. I've been here a few times, so obviously, as you tell the voice, I'm English, so I'm far away from crossing the pond in the early hours of the day. You'll see me come up on several things this channel, mainly, chatting to people and cheap plugging myself all the way through. That's everyone's second favorite box. But yeah, I like the show thing. I mean, I'm sure we can somewhere in the chat some point put the link to my channel if you really want to go check it out later on.
There you go. As this man's doing the most British kid self-promotion plug out there, so I'll just sit there and say this man puts the 4 in the 4 horsemen when it comes to the wrestling for life out there. Absolutely. So yeah, the brother from the British mother out there, the guy that is on a separate time. I'm trying to find other things that rhyme. But yeah, 100%. The guy that it is 100% part of the family, even though he's on the Isles. We're getting international out here. We're taking over territorial out here.
But he's actually Canadian, American, and British. You've got.
Oh, we got 2 Americans. So right now, if we're playing Stratego or something like that, I think we got a 2 to 1 advantage.
Yeah. See, I was going to say, but if my dad was still around, his response that'd probably be, "Well, you need 2 Americans for one thought."
I mean, I'm not saying he's not wrong. He's not wrong. It might be a thing. We don't know, but we do it bigly. But speaking of bigly and big cast, so we're again all the biglies out here. We need a bigly button instead of yum. Well, does Cass get a yum? I don't know if Cass gets a yum. But Spaz with a $10 super chat. When I went to SmackDown after the creepy foot lady on the train, the dark match was Vision versus LA and Oba. And to be fair, Austin, love child of Horace Hogan and Just Incredible, Theory carried the match. Well, he's the one that's not going to have a TV match for quite some time. So that's why he can do most of the match on the house show on the dark match.
Yeah, he's right. Again, I don't know what to think with Theory because it's one of those, he's like we were saying about earlier, he's a great talent, but it's like, what is Theory's it factor that makes him stand out against all the other guys that are like him? I think that's I think even more so now because before you could have years ago 2 guys with a very similar gimmick, but they pulled it off in their own way where everybody has to be properly unique in their own way now. Otherwise, it's just like, that's nice. It's like, that's what we have the house shows for.
I'm just sorry. I love you. As Javon goes up over top, let me know who you got for this match. But you got Cass or Javon. But I'm just laughing at the chat now of the grander esteemed well, Frankie, what up? Come on, England, score some fucking goal.
England.
Hashtag second favorite box. How did you pull this off, Nick? You actually got the Redwood to do the show, stepping it up, bro.
Yeah. So, yeah, as long as you play it right, people can believe.
Right? I am Bucks. But yeah.
Yeah, but it's like, it's Redwood. I'm just somewhat of a smaller version.
Yeah, as you're wearing the red shirt with the Sting, the Wolfpack out here. This is your Wolfpack cage out there.
Oh, I'll tell you what you said.
Your Wolfpack Nick out there.
Oh, mate, don't just tempt me because I've actually got foam hands.
Oh,
like, I've got a Wolfpack red and black foam hand.
We're coming soon to the wrestling as we've got it in there because we didn't expect Javon versus Big Cass to actually be a match out here tonight. Coming soon, I guess, to the merch store of Wrestling for Life, doing the four merch, the foam fingers there.
Yeah, that's what you need to do. Just
yeah, well, that or you can do the four for the for life or that, yeah. Wolfpack back causing mass destruction.
Oh God, I love the Wolfpack. I have that on my Spotify. I still listen to that song now and again.
It is. Well, again, according to Vince Russo, we're all marks then because we listen and we enjoy and we sing along to wrestling theme songs. So yeah, you're all marks. We're all marks here.
And it I feel like sometimes Vince Russo is the like the perfect long-term advert for contraception.
I cannot confirm nor deny. I might agree, but yes. Why wouldn't this be a match? But I didn't expect this to be a match here.
Yeah, I think it's more the fact we knew it would be a match. We just didn't expect it to actually last beyond the first minute.
Well, no, I didn't expect this to be the match here. I thought they would have announced it. I didn't recall them announcing this match before the show went live, and especially on an earlier show and everything. You thought that this has been a feud that's been filling up some time for a couple of weeks now. So you would think they'd advertise it a little bit.
I think that the best they did with it was last week. It was backstage, where it was after Javon called Cass out. Cass attacked him after the match, and then backstage he was like, "Fine, next week you two can have your match." And then that's why they showed that random video package earlier in the middle of someone else's intro.
This is a test. Yeah, test. This is a test. That's what I say. He looks like. He looks like Test.
Yeah, but I'll say what I was going to say. I literally said, "See, I did a podcast episode with the Cod Wrestle Pod Boys."
Yeah.
The other week, exactly what I said. I said if there was one thing I was going to do for Big Cash to rebuild him into WWE, I said it'd be like, right, do this, do that. Now sit here and watch at least 30 hours of these tapes of Test from 1993 all the way up to his last matches. It's like, because if you can learn anything from these tapes, you can go from where you are now to championship status within a year. It's like, because that's the perfect thing for you.
I won't lie. Test is like, I don't know if you watched, if anyone, again, now we're just name dropping other platforms and everything, but OSW they have their boys stable and everything of Test is 100% in that of even the theme song of
just with the audio recording clip going around constantly of just please stand by.
Test. Yes. Test. Well, it's like Billy Kidman had the most OG theme song that he never deserved to earn that.
So I would say it's like
sorry.
So what were you in the 2000s? It's like, as a wrestling fan, I was a testicle.
Oh, I was a big fan of TNA, but it was a different TNA.
Yeah. But yeah, like I said, Test was like one of those guys. I think Test was one of the earliest guys that was an example of, he was really big, but really athletic. To the point you can see he had to hold back how athletic he was to not betray the big man.
Is he the guy that got bastardized because of Hunter and Steph? He's the patient zero for The golden sledgehammer, the golden shovel.
See, I never noticed because I've seen people say about that before, but it's like I think it's because people tie the idea that Tess and Stephanie actually had some sort of.
But no, they had the story. They had the story.
Oh yeah, I know. That's what I mean. But I think people tie that a little too realistically to like there was like
no. But I'm saying that he never. I'm not even going the whole backstage with it. I get what you're saying.
Yeah,
fair enough. As Cass goes with a dive, we're talking about Tess, so that's how impressed we are with Cass.
I just feel like Test was on TV practically every week, even if it was just in random
yeah, but he still
matches.
went under. He still went under a lot. He still went under a lot. Still never like he could have been something that they built up with that, and instead he got pushed aside, way aside. He was out there with the Union, with the up yours and everything.
Yeah. Oh yeah, he should have been climbing more than he did. I think the thing with Test is like in that era, it was almost like if somebody had any sort of issue backstage and that, so Javon just launched himself into a chair.
Right.
But yeah, well, I think it's I think back then it was like if there was any sort of issue, you weren't on TV. It was as simple as you make your money off the house shows and it's minimal money, you don't get TV time. Whereas I think knowing now, obviously we didn't know at the time, but obviously then now we know from in the future Test was having health issues up and down constantly. I feel like it was almost we'll keep you on TV in case we do something, but we don't know if you're going to be here next week or not, because he was having to take a lot of time away to get treatment for things, which is obviously what eventually led up to his health issues that he had later on in life. So it's that, but obviously back then it was just sort of like you said, he just kind of existed in like the Al Snow column of you're on TV, but you have a thing now and then. It's like I know he got the clearance after he had an operation, and then they started doing the Un-American storyline. So I think then it was like, now we can finally do something with you, and then that just kind of faded out.
As I don't know how to fade out from that story into Javon just hitting a springboard clothesline.
That's his goat.
Whoa. I'm glad to see that Big Cass is still just wrestling like it's fucking AW Collision out here. It's just big boots and shoves. Like, what fucking real offensive maneuver has he hit? Where in the name of Vince, what maneuvers? He gets a clear 1, 2, 3 after a boot with a Timberland. As he's busted in his mouth.
I'm not gonna lie, mate. I enjoyed that. I think it's almost like I think it's a prime example.
You enjoy talking about Test, and I reminisce. And you made as soon as you saw the big boot, you just thought Test. You're seeing Test right now. You're seeing a testicle when he's more of a test tube. Yeah.
I don't know. It's almost like, let's face it, he's not. It's like the Goldberg issue. He's not the most developed wrestler in many ways.
He's like Kevin Green. Speaking of Goldberg, he's Kevin Green.
And Judgment Day coming in, and
Judgment Day jumps him.
I think it's almost like that. You need him to almost do less to do more of a show. If he starts trying to do lots of stuff, then you start getting the same issue coming up. Then of like.
Fair.
Either exhausting it, or like we said earlier, you start showing your weaknesses very quickly.
But now I'm starting to I'm trying to remember, what did Javon say when he jumped in on the Judgment Day earlier? Is now Dom hits a frog splash.
He did. He just ran in from the side and attacked them both. And then...
Yeah, he yelled something. I can't remember what he yelled and everything. But now that's what I feel like they should have yelled. But
Then he was just basically shouting. If I remember right, he was just basically shouting like, "Yeah, let's go." Yeah, that's why I said like it's hard to buy him as a tough guy.
Well, when he's about yay big around as Sol Ruka out here with Jackie Redmond. Now, is this Sol Ruka? Is this Tiffany Stratton? Is this Char Ruka? Which version of this Pokemon is this out here?
Well, like if she was a Pokemon, I know exactly what we do straight away. You know how you can like forget moves and learn new ones? I straight away I'd be like, okay, you get the pop-up box. Soul Ruka forgot Soul Snatcher and learned.
No, she hit it. She hit it as Lyra as. Yo, how do you feel about Lyra, Salt the Snail out here, the slug of the women's division?
Yeah, I was gonna say, what is with the
the Homer Simpson line? God damn, you're greasy.
But yeah, the unhinged heel Lyra, absolutely love it. It's like I have been screaming for Lyra to be a heel since she joined the main roster because she's just so naturally good as a heel.
Now, is she Luna Lovegood or is she, Smeagol's fruit? Is she one of those? Yeah.
I'm sorry. I think Luna Lovegood just has to have her own box. It's
fair
like
enough.
It's like the China thing. I hate people like, the next China. And I'm like, no, there is no next China. There is just China.
Fair enough. She just sparks away everybody. But
yeah,
go ahead.
I think it's even because, like, as a heel, her wrestling style, the way it changed, like her match against Bayley was absolutely brilliant. It's like, I absolutely love that match. It's like, because she stopped doing the whole I'm trying to be the good wrestler. She just beat the crap out of her.
There's going to be the interesting thing and the interesting conversation is if Bayley's actually coming back or if she's teasing going to AW. But I got Penta coming out right now, so we're getting Penta versus La Parka. So this is going to be the other half of the semifinals up there of Lady B. Yay! Another member from the Band of Beards is joining us. That's what we need for Survivor Series. We need Band of Beards merch. It is just Anthony's beard, my beard, your beard, and KJ's beard. Band of Beards out there.
I said this before. We just need the beards done, like
the Beatles album.
Well, I was gonna say, like the T-shirt for Queen, where it's the 5 of them for freaking what's the song called?
Bohemian?
Yeah, the Bohemian Rhapsody shirt. It's their faces in the circle. You need just the beards in the circle.
Just kiss out here.
I said, with Anthony's at the top, and then just the 3 beards crowning it underneath.
Whoa, now talking about birth out there, crowning. Yes, if you want to crown him, then crown him, Jerry the King Lawler.
Also, can I just say, if we want to point out a level of insanity here that would have been laughable a few years ago, we are about to watch. We're about to watch La Parka versus Pentagon on Monday Night Raw in WWE.
At 7:30 on a Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, I'm like, if you said 5 years ago, on Raw they're going to have Pentagon versus La Parka, you just look and go, are you high?
And so this is why, and shout out Hands on a Hamburger, which is an amazing handle out there. I'm seeing double. What's up, guys? Shout out, appreciate you. Love everybody. And again, makeup is, this is where I guess KJ gets his praise, like Box was saying, of that. Dad's away and the Knicks will play. Pause. But yeah, this is where it gets to me. This whole conversation of I can't take everybody saying all wrestling in 2026 sucks. Of like, oh my god, this is the worst time in pro wrestling. Of just everything's poo poo. The end is nigh, fucking chicken little shit out here. There was so much good wrestling. Like if you watched Lockdown last night. You watched a lot of really good wrestling and a lot of moments that you didn't expect. I saw Moose hit a fucking Spanish fly off the side of a cage. Do you know Moose can fly? I didn't know Mooses could fly. But yeah, there is so much good wrestling out there. If you just, friends, countrymen, lay down your arms and just actually watch the fucking product. Instead of just watching Twitter clips, instead of just going off of fucking profiles on Instagram that are going to get fucking shut down in 2 weeks because they just use nothing but clips in their content or anything, to where that they're going to be out there. There is good wrestling to be watched, to be had, to be seen, and we're seeing it.
I literally thought, I feel like let's just put it down to who it is, the IWC. That approach.
This is why we're the WSU. We don't say that name here. We've disavowed. But go ahead. No, sorry.
But yeah, but I think for those guys, they are the only people I know that could say that a talking dog has got the wrong tone of voice. You know, it's just
Poochie. Poochie is gonna Poochie died on the way to his own plane.
Literally, it's just like I'm just like, you know what? Just yeah, I actually thought about it before. Like over on my channel, I thought about doing like just video. There'll be shorter videos. So I'll have to get an LC. You know, if anybody might put their opinion in the what's that show in Ottawa. The thing I actually thought about doing short segment videos of stupid things said by the IWC.
There you go. There you go.
Yeah,
do it like Deep Thoughts by Jack Handy. Roman Reigns is the worst wrestler of all time. There's Conrad Thompson. Deep Thoughts by Conrad Thompson.
Does Conrad Thompson have deep thoughts?
No, he has fat thoughts, but we don't body shame over here.
I was going to say, I feel like Conrad Thompson's deep thoughts would be sort of like, do you remember when we were kids and the TV used to turn off at a certain time by itself? Like,
yeah, when you had 3 different kin channels and shit.
Yeah, and it wasn't quite white noise. It was just silence with a little bit of static on the screen. So it looked almost like too. That is what I imagine Conrad Thompson's brain is like when he tries to think too hard.
It's just the backroom's light bulb of just like a low hum.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like, you know, it's like he's got that one single brain cell that's desperately seeking Dave Meltzer's brain.
Where's that song, Lawrence goes like, like there was this war. Lady B, Javon, and Darby will be chilling in the nursing home looking like RoboCops after launching themselves across the world. I think Javon does it way smarter than Darby.
Yeah. That's one thing. I don't get the. I mean, I get the excitement that Darby goes for in his wrestling style, and I think Darby's matches are lots of cool little things, aiming to get that one really big moment that can be viral for a week or two.
Yeah, but it's mostly him getting hurt real bad.
Yeah, that's why. But it's like, but dude, it's like you do all that now. But it's like your punch card's going to be full within 10 years.
I'm Darby Allin. Welcome to Jackass.
Yeah, and it's that thing of like, okay, cool. And then I almost worry that Darby's going to end up like Ric Flair, broken, and just be like, oh, but I can still go for another year. I can still do this. You know, it's like that desperation to keep going even after everything's completely dead.
Ric Flair, oh Jesus, with Ric Flair. You say that. I've been known to say the wee woos, but yeah, Ric Flair's broken for different reasons. I don't know if they're bodily or liverally, but they might be spiritually, emotionally. But La Parka with a moonsault on the penta on the outside. Lady B, Javon. Oh, we've already got that one.
So having La Parka in the ring as well just kind of makes you realize that Penta is just a unit. It's like,
yeah, but it's also you have to remember there's certain people that remember different versions of La Parka and everything.
Oh, yeah.
That you still got, you know, guitar, steel chair La Parka and all that.
Yeah. Oh no, I just mean the fact it just makes you like realize looking that Penta is just meat. It's like he is literally I've said. I remember when I saw him years and years back, and then when he was Pentagon. So he does. I still use that name for him. It's you know,
well you're British, so it makes sense. So you guys do kilometers and shit, just like the Canadians. We just do the regular algorithms. Yeah.
Hey, dude, I'm not being funny, but like I've never got the American thing of shooting at us for using different measurements, and then
because you know, rock, flag, and eagle. That's why. Because America.
It's like, yeah, we don't use that stuff. Anyway, I'm going to take my 9mm pistol out back.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, and I'm going to start shooting in the air to celebrate, you know, it's like,
America. Yeah.
So I'll say to America, I'm like, well, I'll say, sorry, again, it's like, when's Independence Day again? Like
every day. Every day is Independence Day when you live in America because it's the home of the free and the land of the brave, goddamn.
It's like
I should be acknowledging these questions from you. Didn't we throw your fucking tee boxes off a fucking harbor at one point? At some point to get away from you.
I was going to say, it's one of the things of like the one day of the year you have to celebrate being freed from the British, and you use our date system. It's like,
well, you know what? If those kids could read, they'd be really upset.
I don't see the fun thing. I did back in school that we did the thing about the American Revolution, and it's like the
how was that told? So we got our ass kicked by a bunch of savages.
Well, I think that's where the I've had, let's say, some of your countrymen over many different years. I think I've managed to upset with the realization of it's like there was no real winner in the independence war. It was.
What do you mean there was no real winner? We exist. We won. Eat it. Yeah, take that out.
Okay, let's get a brief this right.
No, we're not revisionist history in there.
We're not doing this.
Actually, it was a draw. If you want to be honest, we kicked out. We put our foot under the ropes at 2.5. So we won.
It was literally like lots of battles got fought all over the place, and basically there was always like an even amount of victories on both sides. And meanwhile, back in Britain, there was loads of people protesting for why we were there in the first place.
Oh.
And I was like, because it turned into a thing of like, because we were fighting the French and the Spanish at the same time and trying to maintain, it's like we're using way too many resources over there. And I got one guy who got really upset.
We were the undercard. We were the mid card. Is that what you're trying to say right now? Is that you let us have the intercontinental title just because you were too busy fighting on the main card? Is that what you're trying to say to me? My country's independence became because you didn't want to. You just dropped the mid card so you could fight for the main card.
But it's because it's like I really upset somebody years ago. Someone that takes it way too serious. Because I said, you realize
like it's going to change it. Like it's going to change it. Oh, you said that, so just history unravels.
I literally was like, unfortunately, I was like, the reality was at the end of the fighting, they just turned around and said, you know what? It's not worth it. It's like we're losing too much to try and maintain it. It's easier to just go, all right, we'll step off from it. It's like, and then obviously independence came too, and I was like, I said to him, what happened 34 years after independence was like officially scripted, and obviously the states, because obviously I know you had all your constituencies first, and then you had the actual constitution, and then you had your first constitutional president, which is obviously why the first constitutional president was obviously Washington for you guys after a series of like presidents for smaller spaces there.
Listen, we're not going to get into this conversation about presidents right now. I don't know if it's going to work out real well. We're not going to do this. I don't like it.
I said, like, you get into all that, and he was like, yeah. I said, 34 years after that happened, what was the first major agreement that the Americans signed? And he was like, what? I said, it was a trade agreement with the British. I said, what's the first thing they started doing when they signed the trade agreement? He said,
you know what? But that's how we made you. We made you bend the knee. You said, hey, you can't have this. You said you can't have that. That ain't what I'm mad at.
So I said, and the first thing that trade agreement the Americans signed off to agree to is that they pay British taxes on what they traded. Which was the reason that it started in the first place.
The partner with a 2 count is let's talk about Lucha Libre wrestling again. Yeah. Something not American, but
I was going to say, American. Let's get away to get something more patriotic and watch some Mexican.
Yeah, more patriotic. Lucha Libre. Yeah. I like this though. We ain't the undercard anymore. You're goddamn right.
We're the best card, the only card.
Yeah, so great. We're on the top card, main card. Did you see? I hold a whole UFC event on the White House. I did it. So great, so big. We're the main card. Everybody tuned in to see the main card, the main event.
To be fair, when people get upset about that, I do turn around and go, "Bet you miss having a parliament now, don't you?"
Yeah, shut the fuck up. We're not political out here, but I mean, he is in the office, so I can do it. But Shingus does it. I did it. Geekbox talking ish in the most polite way. Well, that's the thing, is that's the fucking John Oliver effect. The Benedict Cumberbatch snatch situation out there. Because the accent, you can tell us to go ourselves, but it sounds polite as shit. Canadians just apologize after everything. You just sound like a goddamn poem the whole time.
I'd just like to say as well, like, keeping in mind British accents. Every single person that signed that paperwork to free your country had a British accent.
It won't even almighty pop out here. The history buff in me is dying to engage in the conversation, but we watch wrestling. Yes, trust me. Coming soon to Two Beards, One Ship out here as Penta wins or something. Nick on Nick action out here. We got to come up with something. We're going to just one British show, one one British and one American argue fucking a world history out here.
It's just, I was going to say, just to add to the whole American experience, we just watched that match get won with a Mexican destroyer, which is a renaming of the Canadian destroyer.
It's the Canadian destroyer. I will stick up for my Canadian friend. It is the Canadian destroyer. But Penta versus Ray Fenix, so brother v brother out here, about to take on to be the one who takes on the one in Roman Reigns. There was a lot of ones.
Whoever was saying as well that it was different having no arguments in the chat. We played with the line.
MDB, F all this hip hip cheerio bullshit. Speak American.
Dude, Americans can't even speak American, let alone English. What you want about?
Yeah, we got our own. We got our own.
Oh, they come out to it. I was going to say.
And now they're shaking hands. Samuel, you guys all sound nice, but I don't believe it. I know you're up to your witchy ways.
I'm sorry. I look though. I look at Penta and Phoenix locking up there, and obviously embracing each other. And I think I can figure out who had more food at the dinner table. Them two growing up.
Whoa now. Russo book the American Revolutionary War.
God.
Oh, you know what, bro? We're gonna take all of their tea and we're gonna throw it into the harbor, bro. We're gonna show it. We're gonna send a message, bro. No taxation without representation, bro.
I know it's a made-up story anyway, but the whole John Rivera story would have been completely different when he was riding on horseback going, bro,
John Rivera, Paul Revere? Did you just call Paul Revere John Rivera? What? Oh. The disrespect to an American icon, American legend, Paul Revere. You just made him a luchador for AAA, John Rivera. Your Uncle Jesse's friend from Full House, John Rivera.
I thought that's more believable.
Jesus Christ. So now we're at Solo and LA Nightmare. We've gone off the rails. Well, American history is the one thing that broke this stream somehow. Not LA Knight, not the bloodline, not that they started early. American history of the invaders came back to claim their shit.
I told you at the start of this stream it was a red coat invasion again, didn't I?
the Knicks are coming. The Knicks are coming.
Running along with his horse holding a pair of spoons. You can buy these as well whilst I'm here.
All right, let's get back on the saddle again out here. Almighty Pop, Nikki Cross on the card for MLP this Wednesday. Let's go. John Rivera, close enough. Not related to Mariano Rivera, the Yankees closer Hall of Fame name or anything.
I'm not that. I would say that's one of those moments where you say it and then you're like, I hope nobody says why, because I hate it when someone says that. Like, I don't want to have to explain the joke after I've made it. It's like it's just not funny once you explain it.
No, it's amazing now because even out here, anonymous saying, "Need UK Nick and Big Nick talking shop to settle history."
I was just to say,
you've heard of drunk history. Have you heard of bearded history?
Problem is when you get me started on it is I've got a degree in history when a lot of it's based around this. So it's
that's fine. I have degrees in none of this.
The reason I'm passionate about it is because I got fully like engrossed in learning about all the little battles and everything with it.
If anyone
it's
knows of
something.
watching any of this channel, or especially last night, of even with Anthony and KJ out there, I will argue, even if someone's agreeing with me, I will still argue the fucking point out there.
Yeah, that's what I had to beat
I'm
your
an
argument
Italian.
earlier
I'll just
with your
get loud.
own
I'm an
words.
Italian American. I'll just get loud. Start clapping and you throw everything off.
So I had to shut your own argument down earlier with your own words.
Exactly. Like I said, checkmate. I like this from Cooper's shout out. All right, that's it. The team's going back in the river again. Don't make me turn this ship around.
Dude, I was going to say, I genuinely wish that day somebody had actually turned around and wrote something out in the constitution saying, if thou does drink tea, thou shalt be executed for putting it in a microwave.
No.
Because whoever fucking thinks you warm water up in a microwave needs putting
no, I will admit of the missus has, we had a Keurig, hashtag not sponsored, and we got now a ninja thing or whatever, and it's goddamn science experiment to fucking just make some hot goddamn water. But yeah, no, I'm a tea guy, not a coffee guy, so that's where we connect. Of Tro, what up? Hands laughing his ass off out there.
I'm just like, why is like, you know, why are so many people afraid of a kettle? It's like, it's not going to rob your house. It's not going to bring the coat back.
I grew up with that. If I grew up with that versus honestly more than anything. I love this though from Naira. Hey kids, listen to the story from your British Uncle Nick. Everyone quiet, a European is talking.
See, now you sound like a good American.
Shut the fuck up. I walked into that one. Now, British have bad food. Go get them. Don't worry. Kettles are dangerous and loud. No, they're honestly, I would say, as someone who doesn't do the K cups and all that nonsense and everything, to me, just a fucking kettle with some fucking water on a stovetop. That's all I need. That and a goddamn tea bag. I don't do your whole that half and half, so none of that. The most I'll do is like a honey spoon.
Like I said, that's the thing as well. See, I've noticed that a lot more in America. There's still the old style metal kettle and stuff on top of a stove. Like, you know,
it's one or the other. You either go vintage, you go classic, or you go new model. You go Cybertruck or like, you know, T model Ford.
Yeah, it's like I see it on like the old proper whistling kettles, and I've had some before say like, yeah, but doesn't it get annoying with like how noisy they are and this that? I'm like, dude, I have an electric kettle. It makes no noise. It just clicks when it's finished.
Right.
It's like I feel like this is not a British only invention.
Where's KJ?
Hey, Daddy.
Out there.
Ethan Page.
KJ's out there in Saskatchewan with Brock Lesnar out there climbing the hills. Yeah, Ethan Page out here with Chad Gable. Did you guys see that Rain definitely banned Omos from attacking him? Dom had me weak with how he was hopping it, hyping it up though. Yeah, Omos is like done in AAA, but yes and no.
I just saw the highlights off that. It's pretty.
No, you're good.
Something afterwards about it. I was like, there's lots. So say there's lots and lots of wrestling, and it's always on at like 1 a.m. for me.
Yeah, that's the thing. Is you got the whole catch up with it later. Wrestling for Life, sponsored by Good American Beer. Hashtag not sponsored.
You know what? I'm not going to go after American beer because that'd be unfair on a lot of people.
Hey, we don't acknowledge that here. I don't drink that. That's not in the Big Nick secret stuff out here. Not sponsored. They had to be cool and keep up the bottle caps on the top of their water bottles. Couldn't take it off. Huh?
Are you on about the screw bottle thing? They got a thing here, where it's for a lot of the bottles, you screw it and the cap folds over instead of coming right the way off.
Oh, that's a thing.
Yeah, the idea was to stop people from
sea turtles. Protect the sea turtles.
Just flinging the bottle cap somewhere instead of actually putting it in the bin.
Next Monday, women's intercontinental match: Soruka versus Raquel and Penta versus Phoenix. So already stacked, raw coming out all in.
So
All
I
in
mean, it's
weekend, I
like,
should say.
yeah, look, I was going to say it's an empty bottle, but I can literally show you what I mean. Look, it's just designed that when you take the lid off, it just stays beside the bottle.
Oh,
So when you put it in the bin, it all goes in the bin in one go. So there's not plastic. But when they first did it, I literally was like, it's ridiculous. Like, what's like they're trying to do something good, but what a stupid idea, blah, blah, blah. And then it's like after a couple of months, you start realizing that, like, crap, like I didn't realize how often you feel bottle caps just being chucked on the floor when people are done on that because now you can't see them. It's like,
see, but now this is where do I talk about the lettuce? Do I talk about the jalapenos? What, like, which food product would you like to talk about for my country that might be giving you a problem? So, yeah.
well, I was going to say, if you're going to go through food stuff for America, it's like, well, nothing really.
No, we're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good. We're good.
It's just to me, it's more the only thing goes through that people start bragging with American food is it's like, I'm like, great, I'm glad that people love the food they've got there. But when they get to the end of it, I'm like, yeah, but which one of those was actually American?
Fair enough. Fair enough.
It's like, it's nothing wrong with it. It's great that it's like America is so multicultural. It's one of its greatest strengths. It's just when people say slightly sat in the other, it's like, well, it's like
we took everybody else's stuff and made it better. But now KJ is weeping with KO. He ain't slick as I got Stephanie backstage out here. F that, I'm ripping off the cap and raising hell in England, despite all my rage. When did the show start? It started at 6 o'clock Eastern. What time officially did it start for you, sir?
It was 11 o'clock p.m. 11 p.m. for me. Yeah.
What is the start of a AEW Dynamite main event? There's no like such thing as a good American beer. Patrick M. Esquire fighting out there.
I say I know it was like just well, I'm guessing it was supposed to be just a basic beer. I tried years ago for America, but I'm probably going to get the name wrong now. Was it? It was like a Samuel Adams or something.
Oh, Sam Adams! You're going to sit there and say to somebody who lives in New England and try and bring up Sam Adams right now. I'll Boston Tea Party your ass all over again.
I got given a bottle of that, and I got given a bottle of that like along with a couple of other the other ones. I think it was like 6 different ones to try that are American beers. I mean, the other 5 just wasn't my cup of tea because it's like they weren't very strong for a beer. For me, it's like I'm used to stronger beers. Like the Sam Adams one, though, really enjoyed that one.
There you go. Well, you just said that after I scared the bejesus out of you. Don't you insult my culture?
I just said to him, I was like, if you grab some more, it's like go through. It's like send me like 6 of them instead, drink because that had a bit more strength and taste to it. But a lot of the other one, I like when I was over there, I get it. It's like obviously the reason the jokes and that kind of come to like about light beer and stuff is because I think there's a much bigger range of light beers in America, whereas here there's like 1 or 2 companies I think that do a light beer. For everyone else, it's just not. They've tried it over here, and it's just never taken off.
There you go. MDB pointing out you're used to it because you're out there eating fizzy wickets and brickle brackle.
You said that the other week too. I will say as well. I will say MDB. Whenever he finds a video about the British, sends it to me on Instagram, and it's some of the funniest stuff I will get all week.
There you go.
It's absolutely brilliant.
See, like I said, we're one big fan out here. The Usos are in your city, and I'm gonna actually let Geekbox do some stuff because I'm gonna step away for a brief minute here.
Yeah. So now you've got your. There you go. It comes in. There you go. Now you've got your full British invasion. We'll say as well. I can read down into the comments. I don't have the wizardry power to highlight. Yeah, I'm just a guest, so I was going to say the magic sky in the background. KJ Toya, really, KJ just in a very ugly disguise. Pecans. That's say it is. That's the great claim. You know, I was going to say, but we have pecans. Yeah, Steph versus Liv for the women's title in 2 weeks on Raw. That should be a match. And said they nailed that out properly. That'd be one well worth watching. Also, snacking on too many beans. You know, I haven't had beans on toast in freaking ages. It's very rare habit. I was going to say. Also, beans on toast, I have to say as well, watching like Americans try it, like, why is the concept of warming them up properly or cooking them actually going? It's, what your thoughts on AEW going to Paris? I reckon that's going to be. I was going to say, I mean, the French make for a great crowd. And trust me, as a Brit, it's very hard for me to compliment the French. But yeah, I reckon it's I think any wrestling show does well of it because they bring the atmosphere to the show. It then pushes the show to the next level. So I think we should just get something good out of it. But Samuel's not there. Beans on toast. And yes, hi Kevin. Sorry, I did see your comment earlier as well. Hello, Kevin. Not ignoring you, not missing you. We've just been chatting like almighty hell. So now, Spaz, I would say a bottle of water, but I know you want me to say a bottle of water, even though that is much, much more northern than I am. Why are you putting beans on everything? Yeah, MGG. I was going to say, well, why are we putting grease on everything would be the equal response to that. Not put beans on everything, but put beans on plenty of things. Things though as well, if you actually have proper beans on toast with some nice brown sauce on it, just don't know what you're missing out on. British took over America in 1964, Beatlemania. Yeah. Grease is delicious. I mean, yeah, grease adds to some of the most amazing foods ever. It's just that the grease should be a little bit with the food. The grease should not be the food. And then say it's because it's seasoned. Brown sauce ain't gravy. Forget that, MVD. Brown sauce is brown sauce. It's proper. It's actually it's a ketchup that's made. Then they put like prune and stuff in it as well. It makes it sound awful, but it's not. It's fantastic. Gravy's gravy. Gravy's not a sauce. Gravy is actually a zoo, not a sauce. See? There's some language correction for you. So gravy's all. I will say though, something I've never had the pleasure of experiencing properly in America, or there they get chance, is your biscuits and gravy. So when I get a chance, I'm absolutely going to, because I look at biscuits and gravy and just it just looks good. It just looks really good. So I can appreciate to see some like you can tell that sauce looks like it's probably a little like the gravy, and it probably looks like it's a little dodgy, which normally leads to really, really good food. So it's our gravy sauce. It's against the Italian handbook. They're one of the guys that invented the term jus, along with the French. You should be all for it. Marinara sauce is gravy. That's right, American. Yeah, well, yeah. Wrestling Food Network. Yes.
You mean gravy? You mean gravy? 100% out there of
Yeah, that's my life plan. I am gonna come to Nick's house one day, and he is gonna take me somewhere to get biscuits and gravy so I can try it properly.
Now this is gonna be like, so we've established when KJ and I first actually meet, it's gonna be like Sami Zayn and Kevin Owens. It's a straight hockey fight and everything like that. So are you and I gonna have to like politely duel or something like that?
Oh no, I'll go old school British. I'll just watch you two eating and just be like, peasants fight.
Yeah. Please, sir, may I have some more? No, you and I are going to have to fucking William Regal collar and elbow tie up and then go into a fucking chicken wing.
I'll just be there in my red coat outfit waving a little,
beef eater attire.
I'll be like,
sorry, go ahead.
I was just going to say, I'll be like, just don't get carried away and burn down the White House, boys, and we ain't got any repeats.
Oh, Jesus. As we are getting the Usos taking on LA Knight and Solo Sikoa. Team LePew out there. So let me know who you got for this match, LePew or Uso. As this is your main event, this is interesting with this starting at 6 o'clock. I know earlier still for you, but really early for me. That's why I'm all out here talking about the food. Because I even had lunch. I walked straight in from work and was getting ready to go on stream out here. So yeah, I've got food waiting behind me to just get eaten up with all these vitamins.
I was doing this laughing about. I don't know if you caught that then. After he tagged him in, he solo whipped LA Knight into obviously to. It's problem with these two. It's like which one's which to hit Jay.
You are KJ. You are KJ. Which sells which? If it's the one in the ring right now, it's Jay. If it's the one with short hair, it's Jay. If it's the one with long hair, it's Jimmy.
But as he did it, LA Knight, as he pulled him to the outside of the whip, LA Knight just gave Jimmy a quick wave and then got pulled into it solo. Hit the Uso.
Right. Misfit saying Ottawa was hot for Phoenix and Lee and then tapped out. I don't think so. I still think the crowd's been pretty with it on everything tonight. And especially with them knowing that they're getting another show after this. We've seen that with TNA tape shows, AW's tape some shows, they tape Collision a lot. It's going to be interesting to see how SmackDown sounds this week, knowing that it's going to be something that was aired and it was taped at a different time.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things as well with this is like when they do the taping afterwards. I saw when they did it. I know it's because they had, I think it was Easter or something coming up.
Yeah,
and obviously it's a given time, and it's like the fans have to get there 2 hours before the show starts to like get seated, get into the arena, and then they also come out and explain to them the process that they're going to be doing that night, obviously, so they don't just start leaving and leave the arena completely empty for the taping and that.
Well, no, I know Anthony's even talked about this at times because he went to one of the Atlanta shows recently with TNA to where they were taping like 2 nights and then they tape the other 2 nights like the night after and everything. So it is a thing, but it is, on one hand, I don't mind it as we're in picture. I don't mind it because it gives people some time off. They're doing, I think, they're doing a foreign tour coming up, I believe, which is why they're doing this. But
yeah, I
do at least like that they're doing some of that stuff towards giving people some actual time off.
Oh yeah, it's just like I just feel sorry for like parts of the audience when it's like they've already had to be there for like it's like when you go.
But that's on the show. Yeah. I can't be mad if I go to Wheel of Fortune or I go to Price is Right and everything like that. Pick your game show. I don't know what you have over there, but if I'm going to go there and I know they're going to record 3 episodes, it's still a little on them to make sure I'm entertained by episode 3 as I was in episode 1.
Oh yeah, definitely. I just think it's that, it's got to be a grind. Anyway, and the things as well, it's like I think they do. Also, they finish the first show and then there's a break in between before they start then recording the following show. It's like must be like watching an AEW pay-per-view. By the time you get to the end of it, it's like,
hey, don't you say that now, because we're going to be out here for this AEW pay-per-view this Sunday. So 100% make sure you're here for All In.
As I said before, the best thing about an AEW pay-per-view is at some point during it, you get to celebrate your birthday.
Another day older, another year older. But Lady B with questions for you as I go give them back out of picture. But why are chips not fries? And I thought biscuits were cookies. Yeah. So you want cookies and gravy? Is that what you're trying to say to me, according to your terminology?
Hey, I was being respectful to what you guys call it.
Your our dialect.
Trust me, I was before saying biscuit. Say, it's a bit. They looked at a thing and it's like, it's like an English muffin. And I was like, I'm going to find out where that person lives.
Do you just call them muffins over there? Do you just call them muffins? Like, is a Canadian destroyer just a destroyer in Canada? Is a Spanish fly just a fly in Spain?
Well, that's the thing I have to try. But it's as far as I'm aware, like the biscuits you have in biscuits and gravy, the closest thing you have for that is what we would have as like a savoury scone, because it's the same sort of ingredients mixture. And obviously to get that same sort of bait, I think that's the closest we have over here. It's like, so because you get savory ones that like sometimes people do mix it with cheese and stuff instead.
But Paul saying this is, sorry, Paul saying this is a very boring show without any star power.
Got Solo there.
What show are you watching? I know, Paul, you trying to like to be the contrarian at times, but provide some evidence, provide some work out here. I get that this may have not been exactly. I will still say this has been a good show. This isn't one of those, oh my God, it's an amazing show, but it's still been a really good show.
I was going to say, we were talking about AEW, not watching it.
Well, no, whoa, no. You're going to get us all in trouble before it's even Wednesday out here. Yeah, pew, 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 pew. But Solo, LA, and Oba are probably the three biggest baby faces right now within WWE. I would even say they nudge out Cody. I'm hoping Cody honestly loses. I'm trying to find a reason for Cody to just swing on Randy so he can't fight for a title again.
I'd say it's totally random, but I wish somebody would explain to Jay that the gold grill that he currently wears, when the light doesn't quite hit it right and it doesn't shine, because obviously the lights are like proper above that, it just looks like he's got brown teeth.
Gingivitis.
Yeah. It's
how fitting, you of all people, respectfully, with your color hair and everything, would bring up gingivitis.
They've got a gingivitis.
Right. What do you call Canadian bacon in England? My guess is guacamole. No, that is just like,
we do have a special name.
Is it like,
well, we do have a special
rations
name
or something?
The back bacon, obviously, as you guys call it, the Canadians have. We actually have a name for that. We just call it bacon.
Well, no, because there's we're gonna get into the whole bacon conversation as Jay rolls up.
Because this is the thing. See, you get streaky
so then what is the
bacon
bacon?
Streaky bacon.
What the fuck? We're going streaking. It's Will Ferrell in Old School. You know, I got a big day. I'm going to Home Depot.
Because the thinner part of an actual bacon cut on like from a butcher is called the streak. So it is literally streaky bacon. That's what Americans have, is bacon streaks. That's the actual butcher's.
So they're what are like rashers or whatever it is there. That's like you're like ultra fat back, like bacon fat or pork belly.
The rasher is when you cut on a deeper part of the meat where there's a more solid piece of fat, obviously towards the back, hence back bacon for like Americans when they look at Canadian bacon. But that's where you get the thicker bit of fat, but then you actually get the medallion of bacon attached to it as well. So that's a whole piece of bacon, which is a standard over here.
With thicker pieces of fat, with blood pudding, which is or black pudding, which is just oats and
black pudding.
Oh. Royce Keys! Royce to find out. Hey! Oh, he's out here with OTM! Oh, let's go!
Ooh.
Oh, master! Oh, hey! I can love this. I've been a big fan of OTM on NXT. They finally gotten Lucian and all of them back together. Oh, we couldn't tell. Like there's another guy that looks like Royce Keys on the roster. OTM out here. I'm down for this. Of hey, gang warfare as they take out everybody. They're even taking out LA. So it's Q. Oh, we down with you.
Well, I guess the friendship between Solo and Royce might be over.
Well, just a wee bit. I mean, he was out there. He got destroyed by Jacob, and no one came to help.
Yeah.
But OTM out here, I love this this is big for them. They were the ones that got lapsed. They were the ones that got passed by with hi, Miss Parker. Now I got to find that with Jada out here and everything.
Oh,
they got passed by her.
Good.
Just feeding them to fucking Royce out here. This is great.
Yeah, I like.
Sorry.
You know, this actually makes me think of more slightly more powerhouse version of the Hurt Syndicate. That
I see.
back
I
through the
started to
three.
think, and I thought you were almost going to go there. This feels a little bit like Sierra, Hotel, Indica, Echo, Lima, Delta. This feels
Well,
as Royce is just now.
I
Hey, this
think
is what Dark State should have been, and this is,
Yes.
what a couple other factions should have goddamn been.
Yeah. Like I think what takes this away from the Shield thing is also the Shield tried to the whole they come in and stalk their this is just straightforward. They just come in and just kill.
They've made such an impact, and I'll say this for whatever bot that might be listening or anything. Clip this, timestamp this. Anybody out there for this might be a video that needs to go out at some point or something. But no, this is impressive, and this is why I've even liked OTM, because even just their goddamn size, they're just as big as Hobbs out here, as they're making a fucking example out of not only the Usos, Solo, LA. They're putting the whole fucking roster on notice. Roman's got to acknowledge this now. At this point, this is some Sopranos gang warfare, crucifixion, and a bit like the Shield powerbomb, a bit, but kind of a crucifix powerbomb. Yo, I did it. Everybody that says I don't like factions, you can have that. Not even what I'm mad at. I am fully behind this right now. This is impressive as shit. This is how you end a show that's going to be taped after this show. This is make a fucking statement.
You know,
the crowd doesn't know what to do.
Not just because of communication. It's like, actually, that started to feel like at the end, weirdly,
what?
Nation of Domination. To come out
I can see that.
When you'd have the two guys that would beat everybody down, and then you'd have Farouk just absolutely finish everybody off. Like hit everybody with a Dominator and then move on to it. It's just that's.
Oh no, I think that was absolutely amazing. So that ends Monday Night Raw, and I think that's a hell of a way to end Monday Night Raw. Misfit bringing up the Los Perros thing, but yeah, we even saw to where they kind of reconnected last week on NXT and everything with Lucian taking on Lexus. But I really liked that. That really sold me on. Everything else on Monday Night Raw was kind of okay, was good but not bad. I really like that because I didn't expect any of that. And this goes back to like that conversation that we talked about earlier of I feel the WWE main roster shows post SummerSlam have been better than the shows going into SummerSlam.
Yeah. I was saying about earlier, won't we? It feels like somebody's taken a step back and taken some control off it to be a bit more, let's write stuff in and let the guys do the work when they hit the ring. It just
Undertaker booking Monday main roster, booking Monday Night Raw now.
It's just like, and like I said, I know they've obviously had this shake up. Well, they've been talking about it since like Road Dogg left, and that, haven't they? They're shaking up the writing teams and stuff like that. But like you said earlier, I think as well, I think somebody has lent on TKO and said, "Look, we're losing money. You need to let us start doing our job because we've tried doing it
active with no reps." Yeah.
It's like
somebody had a come to Jesus moment with this, and let me get back to why you fell in love with me. Let me remind you why you love me, type of.
I feel like that meeting for me would be a bit like I'd be holding up the thing and be like, see, on this side, and like hold up a picture of like Paul Heyman or something, and be like, we have this writer, and then on this side, and have like a picture of Dixie Carter and go, this is you. It's like. We don't
now.
Need
why
this.
Just because of your accent does it feel like a Monty Python sketch? Of like, here's Dave. Dave, say hi. Dave shouldn't have said hi. Like it feels a little bit like that. Just with you. Now here's you, and here's what you do.
To be fair, if it was a Monty Python sketch properly, it would sort of be like, this is Dave, and then it would just flick over someone to go, hi.
Yeah.
Dave here is the
This Solo is no more. It has ceased to be. But folks, let us know your ratings out of 10 for all that. I see some of them rolling in out there. I saw somebody try and compare that to the gangsters and everything. I don't even know about that. I liked it, gave me that Shield takeover vibe, and especially that they took out everybody. It didn't matter babyface or heel. We're sending a message. I saw Bash saying, well, why do you take out Solo in LA and everything? They didn't even take him out, but they were his friends and they didn't back him up. You weren't down with me, so now if you ain't with me, you against me.
I think that's one of the things as well. It shows that is, in the space of 30 seconds there, we were comparing them to like 3 or 4 different teams immediately. It's like, which shows that it's like they've got things from lots of different little teams, but what they just did was their own unique attack as well. It didn't feel so much copy and paste what other people have done.
Yes, again, that's always still the best thing that you can do, as much as you want to try and do that comparable game, but still take it, accept and appreciate its uniqueness to it. Nobody had that on their bingo card. I think maybe we had talked about before of maybe like a 6-man tag. You get Royce and Solo in LA versus part of the Bloodline. I nowhere in my fandom and appreciation for OTM thought they would call them up and put them with Royce Keys.
Yeah,
that's such a good pairing to me.
You know, I was going to say it's a very roundabout comparison, but it feels like that energy there that we just got with them feels like that's what they were trying to do when they made Jade and the baddies. Like they wanted that boom.
And and the Natties and a couple other teams, and
like with them, it's sort of like, okay, feels like we've grabbed these 2 that aren't doing anything and put them to try and bolster Jade. Whereas with this, it feels a bit like you've taken 2 guys that have got their own thing, and Royce who's building his own thing, and now you put them in together. It's like you've just added the ingredients together. Now you're actually cooking something.
Oh, and guys that have gotten passed by Jada. I've played it before of trying to find it. Hi, Miss Parker. Jada became her own thing and passed them by completely. And OTM's been kind of middling, and this feels perfect with them. And I've liked them and even specifically brought up of how big they are compared to everybody else. They were out there and are looking eye to eye with Royce, who's the big beefy boy too as well. So this is a lot of big beefy men slapping meat.
It's fun enough that they actually remind me of. Do you remember Chronic? From the later WCW.
Yes, for the one match they were there versus the Brothers of Destruction. Yeah.
See, I remember Chronic from WCW when they.
Well, I know, but like, yes, to some, but yes, I get.
Like, you know, trust me, the match they had in WWE broke my heart because I was like, that when it was like Chronic came in, they were going to face Kane and The Undertaker. I was literally like, this is almost DX and Kane Undertaker to me at the time, because you've literally taken a team I loved in WCW and a tag team that I absolutely love in WWE. And it's like, and they're finally going to be against each other. And then that absolute piss show happened, which, you know, is thing. But that sort of the actual element of the way, obviously you got like OTM, that was literally Chronic in WCW. It was, they had great matches as 2 big men, but also a lot of their other thing was like, you shoot your mouth off at backstage or whatever. It's like they'll just come out to the ring and just absolutely annihilate you, and then just walk off like, point made.
Well, and this now puts the tag team division on notice when it comes to WWE, especially on Monday Night Raw. This puts even, again, Roman has to acknowledge this now, because the 2 guys that were challenging him and, you know, his 2 brothers and everything like that, part of his bloodline, all just got mollywopped. And 2NX10 almost sat there and did your own shit in your own backyard.
Yeah, Danny. It's like basically they come and spat on your step and laughed as they walked away.
Royce Keys and the OTM just said, little pig, let me in.
I'll say as well, I was going to say, before saying them with Chronic, C-Money absolutely nailed that on there. Chronic would book like the Road Warriors in WCW. That's probably one of the accurate descriptions I can give for someone that didn't. Enough. If you didn't didn't see them in WCW, that is how they were. They ran through people. And I mean,
See, I'm more for a fan of when you had like Sean O'Hara and everything in WCW.
Yeah, it's like I'm not fun. When you've got one guy hits you with a power bomb and then the other guy who's 7'1" hits you with a swanton bomb, it's a bit hard to say you haven't been railroaded.
Pause. Put on this, as Keyshawn saying, OTM with Keys is dope. Absolutely. Wow, this reminds me of the Shield in 2012 Survivor Series.
Yeah.
Nick has a faction he likes. Finally. Finally. Yay. See, KJ leaves. I'm out here crying. I'm out here finding factions I like. What I learned at summer camp is what I learned with British Nick is.
You just needed somebody else to look after you for a bit to change your perspective.
Well, yeah, exactly. What goes up must come down. 10 out of 10 raw. What?
I was going to say, you guys argued about the vision the other week. I sat there and I did get to a point where I thought, I don't know if Nick's arguing now because he's started the argument and doesn't want to back down, or because he's just very
Listen, sometimes I just yell because I like to yell. I don't know. It's an Italian thing. Like I said, if it's happened, it happened last night with Anthony. It's happened a couple of times of people will be agreeing with me and I'm still yelling at you like you're wrong, but it's funny.
I can't imagine arguing with Anthony. It doesn't seem like a forceful thing.
Nice. You and Anthony would have a polite off.
That's the thing. I think if I argue with Anthony, I'd just feel bad for having the argument than actually caring about if I won the argument.
See, but it's fun to get him going. But anyways, how long they're going to last on the main roster, I don't know, but they just debuted and it's pretty fucking cool. Royce going to upgrade his stock. I think he definitely did out there with this. But, Damien with a 10 out of 10. Eric with a 7 out of 10. Matty, difference between stare, headshot, and chairs. Fair. Jordan, 8 out of 10. What time did Raw start today? I only saw the last match. It started at 6 because they're currently taping SmackDown and everything. And then next week's all going to be taped too, I think, on Friday as well. So, yeah. Hashtag not spoiled. What?
So I just will see buddies going, Nick's from New York. Forget about it.
Listen, you. That's called profiling. 8 out of 10. 7.5 factions out of 10. The ending of that definitely kind of swings it a bit heavy for me. A wee bit. 6 out of 10. The ending did not make no sense. Plus, it's early for OTM. I'm sorry. Fair, but I think it made perfect sense of Royce went and got his street heavies, guys that 100% pulling it out the mud, like the guy who's out there with the Book of Hobbs and all of that, after he just got mollywopped by his brother from another mother, Jacob Fatu. That's what Geekbox is going to do after we get off stream. He's going to fucking tongue and death rip me and everything.
Yeah, but also that's the beauty of it. Like you just nailed it. If they're coming in as his heavies, they don't need to be like they don't need to cultivate these great characters and all this stuff for them. It's like give them the base. The story is Royce Keys, and they could basically be his version of 3-Minute Warning.
A little bit
seek and destroy. Yeah,
that might be their goddamn name. Hashtag that's their name. Seek and destroy. Now Metallica might have an issue with that, so we might have to clear that, but we'll see.
But yeah, I think that's literally I just love teams like that. Just kill everybody. Just don't need to talk. Just destroy them all.
That's what made that so cool and everything. Is it wasn't expected, and they didn't just take out the bloodline. They didn't just do that because Jacob took out Royce. They took out everybody. They said Q Solo, QLA. We're killing everybody. Everybody. Headshot.
But and that's where this, I think, plays in now, because it's like Royce Keys' issue was with Jacob. And now they've perfectly set up. They've taken out the Usos. So now Roman's just got to turn around and be like, right, Jacob, you team up with the Usos and you deal with this. It's like,
but now,
But
You
that's the
can't
thing, 'cause
have
he
them
didn't
lose
act.
though like that. And you can't have them lose in the first match.
Well, no. No. That's the beauty of it, is the fact that it's like you didn't act before because I told you not to act. Now I'm telling you to destroy them. They go out there, they lose instead. So now they got to deal with the fact Roman's looking at his three guys and they've just lost the match instead.
But is this though Roman? Is this Roman though seeing that his actions have repercussions because he sent Jacob out there? Or I can't even remember if Jacob just went full wild card and took out, Royce, and now this ain't a scene; it's a goddamn arms race.
It just feels like it feeds off when he gave them the Ulafalas the other week. He literally said, if you mess with these boys, that means you mess with me. So now he's got to back that up with the fact that it's like, well, these boys have just been destroyed.
Yeah, but how does Jacob feel? Because Jacob was dejected. Jacob was literally and figuratively beside himself. And now he had to just mollywop his homie, and his homie just came back and mollywopped his cousins. And just made them, and you're a punk ass Jay.
I think this, but that's the thing. I think this is where they tell the story of it's like, at the moment, it's not about what Jacob wants. He's stuck in this thing of he lost the match to Roman, so he now does as he's told because he's trying to honor the word that he gave us. But he's getting more and more frustrated with the fact that following those words is putting him up against the things he doesn't want to do. So what's the line in between? I don't think we're there yet, but it's that, where's the line where finally he turns around to Roman and goes, no, I'm not doing that. It's like this, it's
who's the first to challenge Roman for the belt? As I'll click through more of the chat out here, but chat, let us know. And who's the first to challenge Roman for the belt? Is it LA? Is it Solo? Is it Jacob? Is it Royce now at this point? Royce now has to throw his name in the hat out here if he's out here making a strategic attack. That was an act of aggression. That was an act of war out there.
Yeah, but I think that's the thing with this as well. If they do have Jacob and the Usos facing up against whatever they end up calling this faction, then that now you have just freed LA Knight and Solo to both focus on, if one of them or even both of them, if it's a triple threat, face Rome, because now they're not stuck in a tag team position now.
But do they not have to address that they got their shit mollywopped?
But yeah,
if you swing on me, I do have to at least acknowledge that you swung on me.
Yeah, but like I said, this is the thing of, I mean, you can have both in the reality of you can set one match up first if they want to do the follow up then of like, we haven't forgotten that you attacked us.
Fair.
It's the thing, or it could be the, look, we haven't forgotten, but right now we've got something bigger that we're focused on, and that's Roman. So Roman can have his story with them. The Usos and Jacob have got their story, obviously helping build this new faction. At the same time, you've got the two stories in parallel. It's
interesting to see how the stand sifts out on this whole situation out here.
Oh yeah, that's the beauty of it. It can go in so different. I mean, even with that, them going off still, you can still have something as simple as even if it's the Usos trying to deal with them and Roman decides to come out and try and interfere, like sneaking in a Superman punch or something, then that's where you have Jacob or Solo or Knight turn up. And they level Roman instead, which furthers their storyline. Right. And then it's the thing as well. He's tried to help the Usos and Jacob win, and they've still lost. So now you got to think they've lost, so they've let Roman down, but Roman's also let them down because he didn't go out and actually help them. He got taken out. So it's the thing of, you lost your match, and it's like, yeah, well, you got taken out by Solo, for example. It's like, so it's the almost like the power struggle thing that slowly builds up again between, you can't call us a loser when you've just been made to look like a loser yourself.
But chat, we have very complicated. No, I fully agree with you. I was halfway. I agree with you, but if I continue on, we're going to be here until next week's Monday Night Raw a little bit. But Almighty with a 7 out of 10, but majority of that is due to that ending in me being such a fan of OTM. There you go. OTM. Get an OTC. We got an OTM out here tonight. We're moving down the alphabetical slaughter out there. But no, solid show, good show. 7 out of 10 from OG Dale. I'm not going to do a British impression in front of someone from the UK. I don't have it in me right now. Jordan Royce Keys took the keys to start his own gang. Yeah, Royce to 5'9". 10 out of 10, perfect show. I don't know if I can agree with that, but I said Dark State 2.0. No. Is this dude brother? Yes, he's my brother from a British mother. Sorry to ask. I just tuned in and I hear dude talking of he puts the 4 and the 4 horsemen out here. He is the Dave Batista in the evolution. It's still a mystery. But yeah, I don't know. But
the other ones, if you see Geekbox come up in the chat, hi, that's me.
I just talked all over your whole good introduction, but yeah. 8.5 out of 10, 5 out of 10, missed half. Well, so then grading on scale, that would be a 10 out of 10 because what you saw was a perfect 5 out of half you saw. It's an out the mud situation on Raw. 6, 7. Oh boy. 7.5 out of 10. But now can they cut a promo that will establish their characters and purpose? We'll see. Oh, there's your. We're all the way back to C Money's chronic comment that you mentioned.
I was going to say, like I said earlier, though, if they act as all like, just the power behind, I mean, I know obviously Keys is his own power, but that power behind it, I mean, they don't need to go through the process of breaking down, explain their stories and all that. It's just like that they're the guys that will drop you. That's all you need to.
Yeah, I went back to the block and I got my friends on my block. Go just start playing Scarface on my block. Yeah.
Yeah, and that plays in as well with him and Jacob were brothers, and he turned his back on him. So he's like, I've gone and got my actual brothers, the ones that I know I can depend on.
Yeah, and again, honestly, it's not like everybody knows the OTM lore that they're going to buy in. Like, can you believe they tried to act like they're from the same hood or that they from the same block? That they know Royce Keys? Can you believe? No.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm sure when I look through it, there's going to be a good few people that are just sat there like, who are these guys? Because they only watch Raw and SmackDown normally and stuff. It's like, so yeah, now you feed a new blood into the system.
Absolute pause on that. But yeah, Sam, I knew Nick saw Arsenal's quote. Yeah, been admitted. But I think this is from C Money just specifically for you to read.
I was waiting for this. Now obviously, I'll read it in the largely comical way you're actually after. He went, "Hello, Governor, spot of tea."
There you go. Now read it in normal.
I don't know if you could say like I was going to say anything that come from a Cockney in that normally. If normally, all right.
Oh, see, you know, apples and pears down the fucking stairs out there, my guy. You're one of them. You're an Idris Elba. You're an Idris Elba.
Yeah. So we talked about it, the country of England, London.
Yes.
I genuinely got asked about a month ago. Somebody turned around and said, they asked about something. And I said, obviously, I'm from Birmingham originally. And they turned and said about the fact that obviously there's a Birmingham in Alabama. And they're like, does it feel weird to be like
so already I just think of of Pete Dunne of Birmingham. You're not one of those, I'm from Birmingham.
It's just very, it's like, yeah, it's like, I find it really weird how it's like, obviously they didn't want America to be anything like Britain and that, but then they still start naming their cities with some of the same names.
Right. I was like, get into the history again.
I was literally like, are you yanking my chain? It's like,
yeah, did you just call me a Yankee? Did you Yankee my chain? Is that what you're trying to say out here coming from New York and everything? We're out here arguing still geopolitical wrestling issues.
You know what? One day, just to get you're just going to log on to do a video or something with me. I'm just going to be sat here with a Confederate flag just to be a complete dick.
No, let's not do that. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. No, we don't do that. No, moving on, because yes, no, we don't. Bad. That has a very much different connotation than what you mean. But yes, I think on that note, I think we might end the stream. But yes, What is your rating out of 10 tonight out here?
I'm probably gonna get 8 out of 10. It had enough in it that I really enjoyed the show, but there was also spots where it was. I mean, I know we were talking a good bit, which takes to it, but there was a good few spots there where we were able to talk a good bit because there wasn't really anything to pull our attention away, shall we say?
Fair enough. Well, I mean, we did miss some yums and everything like that, but I mean, overall solid show. I'm gonna go 7.5. I wanted to go 7, but what the ending of that really sold me. It's like I really like the ending of that. Of I guess I was somehow even harsher to you on a bit, or than a little bit of the middle of the show and everything like that. But 7.5, 8. I think we're both around there of good but not great. Of very much still on an uptick, but they really left you with a moment on that.
Oh yeah, I think as well. I mean, I suppose it's a slightly different perspective for me watching it as well, just because the fact that I think watching the show tonight, one thing that worked is obviously I had less adverts than you did. The show's a difference.
Yeah, just a wee bit.
So the show flowed better for me. Whereas, like, obviously when they first launched it, they didn't have that, and that's one of the things that really put me off. Was in the middle of a match, just losing a 1.5-minute segment, I'd be like, but by the time it comes back, it'd be like, I don't care about this match now. I just want the ending, see what happens. It's
right, but overall good show. Got NXT, the go home show for Heat Wave tomorrow night, if I can find the slides. Yes, out there. Actually, I don't even know if that's fully the right one, but yes, back here tomorrow. Even it's going to be me and Geekbox again out here. So British Invasion 2.0 Electric Boogaloo out there. You can hear more about revisionist UK history on how we declared our independence and everything out there. And more antiquities and iniquities out there. But yes, our shit is real, our shit is raw, our shit is authentic. When you're talking about that rest, you put that for life with it.